program. President Trump, before heading to Texas earlier, told reporters that he's not happy with Iran.
It'd be wonderful if they'd negotiate really in good conscience, good faith and conscience, but they are not getting there.
As CBS's Nancy Cordes reports,
the Iranians had been reporting that the talks were going well. In fact, they said that yesterday were the most extensive, most detailed talks so far, and they felt that they were getting closer to an agreement. And that's why so many of us out there on the White House South Lawn wanted to ask the president how things are going from his point of view. And it was a bit of a surprise when he said he doesn't think that things are going well.
Former President Bill Clinton is testifying about the Epstein scandal before the House Oversight Committee. Republican Florida Congresswoman Anna Paulina Luna is on the committee. She says, based on testimony from the Clintons, Epstein knowingly targeted influential people.
President Clinton, as of right now, is cooperative and answering all of our questions, and that it leads me to believe that if we can remove the partisan nature of this investigation, we actually might be able to get justice.
The former president says his brief acquaintance with Epstein ended years before the late sex offender's crimes came to light. NASA Administrator Jared Isaacman says Artemis 3 will no longer fly astronauts to the moon. He says 2 later missions will attempt to do so in 2028. Isaacman says going from the planned moon flyby via Artemis 2 straight to a moon landing was not going to work.
We are doing this to get back to the moon and have the capability to stay, certainly to build a moon base, which is going to be ideal, which can be an ideal learning environment for us.
He says a 3-year launch cadence was too long. The fighting between Pakistan and Afghanistan is raising a lot of concern around the world. CBS's Cammie McCormick.
UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres called for an immediate ceasefire and said he's deeply concerned about the escalation of violence. Pakistan's defense minister says the 2 countries are now in open war. Tensions have been high for months. Pakistan accuses Afghanistan's Taliban government of harboring militant groups who have staged attacks across the border. Pakistan is also angry about the Taliban's ties with its arch rival, India.
U.S. wholesale prices came in hotter than expected last month. The Labor Department reports its Producer Price Index, which measures inflation before it hits consumers, rose 0.05% from December and 2.9% from January 2025. Stocks are down on Wall Street. The Dow has fallen 713 points. The Nasdaq is down 291. This is CBS News.
Looking for spring jewelry looks? Find them at Jewelry Television. New customers get $20 off purchases of $99 or more at jtv.com.
Another departure from Seattle's Westlake Center. Details straight ahead, but first, your KIRO News Radio traffic. We're looking good right now. Across the region, no collisions, no blocking issues to report. This is what I am seeing. South 5 heading into Seattle. A little crowded about Lake City Way in the downtown. Nothing too heavy. 20 minutes from Linwood to Seattle. North 5 is getting crowded at the West Seattle Bridge up to Yesler. That's where drivers peel off to get onto the express lanes. And then Revive I-5 backup starts just past Mercer across the Ship Canal. That'll slow you down by about 7 minutes. Some drive times. Everett to Arlington, less than 15 minutes. Bellevue to South Center, 15 minutes. Tacoma to Seattle, 35. Traffic brought to you by KIRO News Radio.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Nate Connors. Well, it used to have lines stretching around the block, and now ASEAN Food Hall at the front of Seattle's Westlake Center has been evicted. In court documents obtained by the Business Journal, the mall's owners say the restaurant hasn't paid rent since 2023. No utilities or taxes either. ASEAN signed a 10-year lease agreement back in May of 2021. The closure marks another departure from Westlake Center, which recently lost Saks off 5th and will lose Nordstrom Rack to relocation. We're now hearing from people closest to the man suspected of carrying out a stabbing that killed 4 people in Perie on Tuesday. Here's KIRO 7 TV's Jason Sloss.
There's no way I could have imagined that he was capable of what happened.
Robert Knowles is talking about the 32-year-old man who carried out a stabbing spree in Perie Tuesday morning, killing 4 people, including his mother, before he was shot and killed by responding sheriff's deputies. Knowles identified the man as Alex Shavlikina, the brother of Knowles' girlfriend, Anna.
He was on his meds, and he was a nice guy, man. He was very close with my daughter. His family loved him.
Knowles says for some reason, Alex was not on his meds and just snapped.
Patty Jackson is officially Tacoma's top cop. She was sworn in yesterday as the city's first permanent female police chief. The News Tribune reports Jackson took the same oath she took a year ago as interim chief. This time it's for keeps. Jackson spent more than 35 years at the Pierce County Sheriff's Office before joining Tacoma PD. At the ceremony, she said the job is about service, accountability, and supporting the officers who do the work. Well, the 25th anniversary of the Nisquali earthquake is tomorrow, a 6.8 magnitude quake that was felt throughout western Washington with shaking lasting nearly a minute. KIRO legend Dave Ross was on the air during the quake.
We are shaking like crazy here. We are having an earthquake, I believe.
Yeah, we are.
Hang on. The lamps are shaking here. We are rocking and rolling, ladies and gentlemen. The lamps are swaying back here.
Oh my God.
I'm under the desk. I'm under the desk now. I'm going to bring the microphone down here. It seems to have calmed down. We're now, I feel like I'm on the ocean now. Is anybody seeing out the back door? Take a look at the viaduct out there.
The Nisquali quake was the most destructive seismic event in our state since the 1940s. And now look at your KIRO News Radio weather. Partly cloudy with shots of sunshine and a high push in the mid-50s this afternoon. Looks like we're going to rinse and repeat through the weekend with temps still hovering in the mid, possibly upper 50s. 49 and cloudy over downtown Seattle. I'm Nate Connors, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
And now, it's time for the Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio with your hosts, Jake Skorheim and Spike O'Neill.
Welcome to the show. Happy Friday to you. Jake Skorheim here, sitting alongside Spike O'Neill. Spike, welcome to the show.
Thank you, brother. Happy Friday to you. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. We made it. I'm very
folks
pleased.
Watching the YouTube channel, I apologize.
Showing a little chest hair?
Look at this. What was I thinking? What kind of cavalier? I was professional.
It's better than my washed out.
We look. What's there? Thank you, camera operator. I was about a foot and a half shorter than you. I felt like Danny DeVito in the Fabulous Twins with him and Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah,
no, I'm just kidding. Okay, we're. Not that you would necessarily know, but I'm giving you a peek behind the curtain. We had planned on starting with something completely different, but then I saw this thing. Somebody in our newsroom alerted me to it. Brandy Cruz, thank God for Brandy Cruz. She posted this story, and it's about the millionaire's tax. And this is what it sounds like when bad policy is slowly dying in front of us. As this thing should.
Wish.
As this thing should.
Fair enough.
As it should.
Yeah. That was some wishful thinking.
It's not wishful thinking. I'm telling you. I got my finger on the pulse.
I'm writing this date down.
Write the date down right now.
This, yeah.
We should pull up, what's the song? Bye Bye Miss America. But you know, the day
Don McLean.
The millionaire tax died. This is what it sounds like. And I'm going to play you some audio in just a second that is sending chills.
When the citizens would vote it down.
There you go. This is sending chills down the spine of Bob Ferguson today. Governor Bob Ferguson, who wants a millionaire's tax. Senate Majority Leader Jamie Peterson, who wants a millionaire's tax. House Majority Leader Joe Fitzgibbon. He has chills, but for a different reason. Yesterday was a long night for him. It was.
He's the gift that keeps giving.
He's the gift that keeps giving.
Yeah,
and we invited him on the show, and the response we got was,
we
will be telling you in a second.
Sorry.
We'll tell you about it in a second. This whole thing, the theme of this opening segment today, it's all going to be about this because it's important that it is. It's bad policy. Okay. Bad policy and the people who are trying to force this thing through, and I don't think they're going to be successful. And I was on the fence on whether or not it was going to go through. I could be wrong about that, and maybe they will. Maybe they'll force it through against the people's will, and maybe it ends up making it to the state Supreme Court, and then they have to again say, hey, guys, this is unconstitutional. Maybe that's what ends up happening. But I think there's also a version where Bob Ferguson starts seeing these things happening, which I'm about to tell you right now, which Brandy Cruz posted. He starts seeing that happening, and he starts going, hey, you know what? This thing is really unpopular. People don't want this, and it's costing jobs. Now, we have said it's going to cost jobs. I didn't think it would be this quick, but it has now cost a job. This was Jed Fowler, who runs a company called H.D. Fowler Company. a couple days ago, he spoke on behalf, or earlier in the month, he spoke on behalf of the millionaire tax. Now, he was widely celebrated in local media as a millionaire.
You're looking at me. You're looking right at me. I celebrated him.
No, you didn't.
Yes,
Did you really?
I celebrated everyone who made money and spoke out for this tax. Yes, I did. I'll own it.
I don't remember that.
I didn't mention him particularly.
We
were here. We played some of the people who were pro-tax just earlier this week.
Was I gone?
No. Well, I don't know. I can't speak to your mental state, but you were here.
Was I pulling a Fitzgibbon? Okay, well, you praised him.
Pop open a fresh Fitzgibbon.
You praised this guy. All right, so you were one of the many people who celebrated him. You said, look at this very generous guy who's saying that I'm a millionaire and this tax should happen so that I pay more money. This is what he had to say in front of the committee who was discussing the millionaire's tax. This is Jed Fowler of H.D. Fowler Company.
My name is Jed Fowler, and I am someone who would pay the millionaire tax. And I'm here in support of 6346. I am the president of H.D. Fowler Company, a fourth-generation family business that employs over 400 Washingtonians across the state. Being in construction supply, the company, the employees, our customers flourish when there are two things: a robust middle-class purchasing newly built homes and steady investment in our public infrastructure. My marginal tax rate is not on that list. Fixing our upside-down tax code, however, does drive that shared prosperity because investing in our communities is fundamentally pro-business. A business can only be as strong as the community it serves. It's better to grow the pie than to fight about slicing it. I'm willing to pay this tax. I should pay this tax. Others like me should pay this tax. And I urge you to pass 6346. Thank you.
All right, now before I give you an update on what has happened with Jed Fowler at H.D. Fowler, I want to give you a little backstory of what H.D. Fowler is. I went to their website and I looked him up. This is 100 years of experience. He mentioned that they're a fourth-generation family, so I assume that he is the fourth in line to who started the company.
Unless he's writing off his toddler as a cabinet member.
Yeah, that could be possible.
CFO.
Yeah, that's possible.
His salary's paid in Triscuits.
But I don't think that's the case.
I don't think so.
H.D. Fowler is the largest and oldest independent family-owned distributor of waterwork, irrigation, landscape pump, and wastewater equipment in the region. Trusted for over a century, we deliver quality products, expert solutions, and exceptional service. That's great. Love to hear it. The history. It was a storied history dating back to the early 1900s when it was established by the visionary Harold D. Fowler, affectionately known as H.D. After World War II, H.D.'s son Doyle Fowler brought his talents to the company, focusing on developing his waterworks sales division. The legacy continued as Doyle's son Harold, referred to as Hod, is it H-O-D, would that be Hod or Hode? Hod? I assume Hod.
Hod, yeah.
Hod. By those close to him, became the company's third president and spearheaded its growth, expanding operations in Washington, Oregon, Idaho, alongside his brother Jay and sister Dale. That's fantastic. Today, H.D. Fowler stands as a testament to longevity and success, now under the capable leadership of its fourth generation. All right, so asked and answered, Spike. With Hod's son Jed Fowler at the helm as president. Okay, so he's fourth generation. He's obviously benefited from, I assume, the family, if they have 400 employees and they've been in business for 100 plus years.
Well, I imagine Jed
had a pretty nice upbringing and all these different things.
Sure.
I don't fault him for that a second.
Well, but I bet he worked some trenches in his day. I bet he worked his way up through the company.
Listen, I certainly hope so.
Yeah, that's how you do it, brother.
That's how you rise the ranks.
Yep.
So they just had to put this statement out. This is from Jed. He put the statement out. He says, H.D. Fowler, and I got this from Brandy Cruz, so thank you for posting it, Brandy. Great job. H.D. Fowler customers. Early in February, I spoke on behalf of the proposed millionaire tax in Washington State. My advocacy came from a narrow point of view, my own. After several humbling and informative conversations with my team and our industry partners, I realized this apology is needed. I caused you to doubt the value of our relationship, and I'm sorry for carelessly damaging that by being disconnected from your challenges and concerns. I'm going to pause this here real fast. I'm assuming that the people who work with H.D. Fowler Company had a lot of conversations with him and said, hey, you know what? This is going to affect us very negatively, and the fact that you're saying it needs to happen is going to cost us money. I imagine H.D. Fowler is in the business of wanting to make money so they can continue growing and employing lots of people. But let me continue. After discussions with my family and senior H.D. Fowler leadership, I am stepping down as chairman of H.D. Fowler Company effective immediately. Hod Fowler will be stepping back in as chairman. That's his dad. I will report to Hod in my role as president. I will have a nursery just off the office. No, just kidding. These actions will help me refocus my leadership on the foundation of H.D. Fowler. You, To affirm my commitment to supporting our industry as a whole, I am donating 9.9% of my salary this year to the political action committees of the Associated General Contractors of Washington and National Utility Contractors Association, and I am also ending all public political advocacy. It is long past time for me to hear from you directly. I've entrusted this note with our sales team to get this to you quickly, but my preference would be to speak with you in person soon. Our sales team will reach out to arrange a meeting at a time that works for you, or if you wish to reach me directly, my contact information is below. I'm not going to give out his contact information, obviously, but we have it. So I looked around for this, and this is all over the internets now. Mm-hmm. It would seem to me that H.D. Fowler Company is a good company who recognized that this was going to be bad for the people that they work with. And quickly, I mean, I'm actually, this is interesting because they got ahead of this in the way that they should have, and I'm applauding the company. Mm-hmm. You're raising a brow.
No, I'm going to hear your, finish your thoughts.
I'm applauding the company and the higher-ups for recognizing that while Jed Fowler maybe was, well-intentioned in his thoughts, was maybe not thinking of people other than himself. And as much as strange as that sounds, because he was saying, tax me, tax me, tax me.
Yeah.
And I think they took a swift action, and this is the kind of thing that helps a company stay on track. That could have been very bad for that company, but I think that they're going to stay on track now.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Yeah.
Go ahead. So what are your thoughts on this?
Well, I think it's a shame that Jed Fowler wasn't allowed to stay true to his conscience, to his core beliefs. He spoke out his core beliefs.
Okay.
Whether the community thrives better when the successful members of that community contribute to all the things that he mentioned in his first statement, where I think I agreed with all of them. I'm sure he did too, or he wouldn't have taken the time as the president of a 100-year company to step up in front of the legislature and have this and make his declaration that he supported this additional tax.
I wonder if he doesn't feel that way anymore since he stepped down.
I wonder if he was called into his office by his dad, who got a bunch of calls from his business associates who had a vested interest in not paying more taxes.
Why would they not want to pay more taxes?
Because they don't want to pay. Its question answers itself. Why would they not want to pay more taxes?
Yeah.
Because they don't share his belief that they...
Are they... Is he? Here's my further question, a follow-up.
Sure.
They don't want to pay more taxes. Is the suggestion that Jed Fowler wants to pay more taxes because he's more generous than these other people?
Because he sees the benefit of a society that is supported by those who do well best within that society.
Okay.
It's been my contention since the start of this whole thing.
Sure. But because you don't support this income tax.
This 9.9?
Yeah.
I do.
You don't support the way it's being
not in its
imposed.
current iteration. So he was speaking to the core value that those who do well traditionally had contributed more in society. That's how our entire culture was built. And we had numerous conversations about they're paying more than anybody else ever has in their life, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
And I still accurately, and you're not wrong about that, but they pay a lower percentage than they have in 50 years. So anyway, my point being this. Jed got called into the boss's office, in the dad's office.
He got a spanking.
Got a little talking to. Jed had to retract that. Jed's going to step away from his face of the organization position.
Yeah, it's going to
step back into a more supportive role.
Yes.
Going to donate 9.9% of his. That's not a random number, by the way. 9.9% of his salary.
We all got that.
Right? To the business association to let these guys know, these guys that are making money and don't want to be taxed any further, that he's got their back. He works for them. They work for him with him.
I would ask this question. If the entire business association that he's donating these things to, if they can all look at this and say, hey, this is going to be bad for business, they're not doing that out of selfishness. They're doing that out of wanting to make sure that their businesses can thrive by not being overtaxed, right? Wouldn't that be their motivation? They're not. Sure, you're not saying they're all being greedy.
But we're talking about an income tax, not a business tax. This income tax should be paired with, and there's talk of, pairing with business tax relief.
No, but
right?
yeah, the threshold's like $300,000, and a lot of these companies who make more than $300,000 are going to be subject to this. Talking about the B&O thing.
Yeah.
So it's going to drastically affect all these businesses.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you run a construction company, you're probably bringing in more than $300,000 in receipts.
You better be, or you're certainly not going to be the state's leading distributor.
And if you're paying for people to work for you, you're definitely all that money is going through. So that's all. Those people are going to be
I get it.
raked over the coals. That's bad for business. They're going to hire less people. They're going to do less. The state's probably going to end up collecting less money, I would imagine.
It may bear to be true.
And so this is what happens. And it reminded me of this. This is when I saw this clip, or when I saw this Jed Fowler thing, this jumped out at me. Maybe this is unfair, but I don't know. This is what it reminded me of.
Now let's see what happens when you're driving with the other guy's brake pads. You're driving along, and all of a sudden the kids are yelling from the back seat, I gotta go to the bathroom, Daddy. Not now. Ow, damn it! Truck tire.
Is this clean? Is this clean?
Yeah.
Okay.
Help! Oh my God, we're burning alive! No, I can't feel my legs. In comes a meat wagon. New guy's in the corner puking his guts out. All because you want to save a couple extra pennies. And to me, it doesn't.
Get out.
Get out.
Now.
It's like Big Tom Callahan.
Yeah. But in the end, Tommy Boy, remember, he took care of the employees. Remember?
At the end, Tommy figures it out.
Tommy figures it out.
How to negotiate for his employees. He doesn't negotiate to give more of the money away from the company. But Jed Fowler, this is one of those things I really do honestly feel. Bob Ferguson's seeing this story today. Most people are seeing this story today, and this is a helpful reminder when they try to tell you this is the most popular thing ever. When Jamie Peterson comes on the show and he says, like, oh, it's so popular, everybody just loves it. This can't get enough of it. They're just like chomping at the bit to have this income tax. And then you see Jed Fowler speaking on behalf of this, and then very quickly saying, after talking with my dad and the people who actually built the company, who have an understanding of how companies work, not just handed me the job because I'm the next in line, I'm going to step down in my role because clearly I'm not thinking of anybody but myself. That's what this thing says. That's what this statement says.
That may be one way it played out. Yeah, sure.
My advocacy came from a narrow point of view, my own.
Yeah.
I mean, he said it. Yeah. I didn't say it. He said it.
He didn't say it was wrong.
Yeah, he kind of did.
No, he didn't.
He stepped down from the company immediately.
Well, he said, my perspective came from.
My advocacy came from a narrow point of view, my own. After several humbling and informative conversations with my team and industry partners, I realized this apology is needed. Yeah. He doesn't think it's wrong. Why is he apologizing? I caused you to doubt the value of our relationship, and I'm sorry for carelessly damaging that by being disconnected from your challenges and concerns.
I put society above the business's concerns. How dare I? I'll step down.
How is that helpful?
What do you mean?
Society above the business's concerns.
How's it helpful?
How's it helpful? How does it
kidding,
help
right?
society for
You're
business
kidding.
to fail? I'm not kidding.
Not fail.
How is it helpful for society if the business is employing fewer people? How does society grow if businesses fail?
You're assuming that this taxation is going to be. It's not a foregone
We've had
conclusion.
the Association of Washington Businesses on the show. We've had all these people. How, after all these conversations, have you not gleaned that the companies are telling us this is bad for business, and how is bad for business good for society as a whole? That's what there's an equation there that I don't understand.
Bad for business. Businesses that pick up and move and take their winnings elsewhere. Mm-hmm. I don't think that's bad. That's bad for society. I mean, what's more important, business or society? I mean, that's a question you're asking. Is business more important than society? Society's been built on people contributing. People who achieve more contribute more. That's how the country was built, from top to bottom. And in the last couple of generations, I'll say, since Reaganomics reared its ugly head and destroyed the middle class of America, then we've had this greater and greater and greater division of wealth. CEO growth has grown by 300%. Working man's wages have stayed flat for 45 years. So, I mean, you're talking about the destruction of a middle class. And we can have all these stuff, but you're talking about it's bad for business, bad business, bad business.
You're saying
my perspective is
saying society is the thing that people should be focusing on, not businesses.
Well, yeah, I am. I think the greater good, the country itself, the employees that work for these companies, not just the owners of these companies.
Of the business. The employees are happy because the business is in business, not because society, because business, right? Who's paying these people?
The business.
So wouldn't they be happier that the business is succeeding? And then, in turn, doesn't society succeed?
No, not if you're robbing society blind.
How are you robbing it blind?
Because you're not contributing what you contributed in the past, because the middle class is decimated, because we're not investing in infrastructure. We're not investing in so many things. We're not investing in healthcare.
You should go apply for a job with Jed Fowler. He might hire you. He might hire you.
You
would do well in Seattle.
I wouldn't work there. I wouldn't work for his dad.
You would do well in Seattle. I think Fowler, I salute you, sir. I tip my cap to you.
You can go to his country club and drink with him. I won't.
What does that even mean? What does that even mean? Are country clubs bad?
Are parks better?
What does the two have to do with the other?
Well, the real man parties at the park. The swells party at the country club. Sure, country clubs are great.
Spike, have you ever been a member of a private club?
Sure.
I haven't. So I don't understand why you're criticizing it.
Because I've never been a member of a country club. I'm not an elite.
Let's talk about goats. Let's switch over to goats. All right, we got
Tom
goats
Brady?
coming up.
No,
lots of goats. We're talking with the owner. We're going to try to find these goats. We'll be right back.
The John Curley Show.
When people sit there and they see people with the American flag and they're utterly disgusted because they associate the flag and USA with Donald Trump, don't do that. You're doing yourself an amazing disservice.
Weekdays 3 to 7.
You could dislike Donald Trump, but you can still love America. It's like discounting Photograph from Nickelback, which is actually a pretty good song. Think of the fact that you love this country, and what you love about it is it's inclusive. Good. Include others.
Watch The John Curley Show live on YouTube.
You know, retirement is supposed to be a time of rest and relaxation. But every week I get calls from seniors who are stressed out because their cost of living keeps going up. They love their home and they want to stay in it, but they're struggling with rising property taxes, monthly bills, and monthly mortgage payments if they have one. Hi, I'm Steve Tytler, owner of Best Mortgage, a local family-owned company. I specialize in the reverse mortgage, which allows seniors to tap into your home equity for tax-free cash to pay off your mortgage, pay off debts, and maybe put some extra money in the bank. A reverse mortgage is a great option for some people, but it's not right for everyone. So give me a call and you'll talk directly to me in person or over the phone for honest advice you can trust. Search for Best Mortgage on the web or call us at 425-649-6000. You'll talk to me, not an AI robot. Best Mortgage, 425-649-6000.
Big Trees is Washington's premier tree sales and transplant company. Looking for a big selection of big trees? Visit Big Trees in Snohomish or BigTreeSupply.com.
Beauty, privacy, instantly. Big Trees.
Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now and sell the old one later. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first on your timeline. No waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home for you so you attract the right buyers. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first and sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com.
For almost 50 years, over 90,000 homeowners have trusted Home Comfort Alliance, including me. John Curley here. If comfort and energy savings matter to you, now you can save up to $2,000 on new heating and cooling systems. Home Comfort Alliance will replace your old system with one tailored to your home's layout while optimizing efficiency. Visit HomeComfortAlliance.com. Save up to $2,000 and schedule a free consultation. For heating, cooling, plumbing, or electrical, call the Comfort People, Home Comfort Alliance.
I love a day on the water with friends, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis sometimes holds me back. Now I'm all in with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi. Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy.
Teaching music is my passion, but my active psoriatic arthritis can limit me at times. Now I'm treating my joint symptoms with Skyrizi.
With Skyrizi, most people with plaque psoriasis saw 90% clearer skin at 4 months.
Or if you are an adult with active psoriatic arthritis, Skyrizi helps you move with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
There's nothing like clearer skin.
There's nothing like better movement, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZZI to learn more.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it today at Cars4Kids.org. Your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call 1-877-CARS4KIDS to donate your car today. That's Cars with a K.
Your new home is now ready. D.R. Horton, America's builder, has new homes that are ready today. With new construction communities throughout the Puget Sound and Central Washington areas, and more coming, D.R. Horton has the right home for you. At D.R. Horton, we're still building, with more construction, more communities, and more homes available every day. Find your new home, now ready at drhorton.com. That's drhorton.com. D.R. Horton, America's builder, an equal housing opportunity builder.
From posters and presentations to labels and loyalty cards, Staples has all the print to boost your brand.
Shop now in-store and online. Staples. That was easy.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Nate Connors. Washington's first ever income tax cleared a key House committee this morning on a 9-6 vote. Bellingham Democrat Alex Rammel says it's necessary to tax income over $1 million.
It's necessary for us to balance our budget over the next 4 years. It's necessary for us to fully fund our basic education, higher education.
Republican Representative Ed Orcutt warns the tax will not work.
There is no combination of taxes that can keep up with a legislature that continually overspends its revenue.
In the end, the committee struck down a proposal to put the tax before voters. A full House vote could come next week. A trio of cougars are the latest in a string of sightings in a Bellingham neighborhood. KIRO 7 TV's Jake Chapman spoke with neighbors.
They were at the mailbox.
And besides getting her dog Finley out of the way.
Sit. Go, Dopey.
What was your reaction when you saw them?
Who do I call? So I called Fish and Wildlife, and they took everything down.
She says within minutes of that call, Fish and Wildlife responded. A spokesperson tells me they are keeping a close eye in the area, but adds they're not actively tracking the animals. He says things like bird feeders can attract some animals, which in turn pulls cougars out of the woods.
A harbor seal found shot in the face near Quilcene Bay is still fighting to survive. Someone found her last week near the Herb Beck Marina off Hood Canal. She's now at a Maritime Wildlife Hospital in Des Moines. The executive director of SR3 says she's recovering but may not be able to go back into the wild. According to the Seattle Times, if the damage is permanent, the seal may have to be put down. Federal investigators with NOAA want to hear from anyone with information. This is the second seal shot in the face near Quilcene in recent months. Mariners spring training continues, and exciting M's prospect Colt Emerson wowed the crowds in Peoria yesterday, making a fabulous defensive play early in the game.
Swung on line drive, diving, catch by Emerson, under and tossed to second base. Beautiful play, and that is it for Cleveland.
And then a couple innings later at the plate.
The 1-1. Swung on. Cracked, center field. Martinez twists around. He's not going to get there. It's over his head. It's going to the wall. Arroyo's going to walk home. Emerson around second base. He loses his helmet. He's flying to third. The throw. He slides. He is safe. A triple for Colt Emerson, flying into third, driving home Arroyo. The Mariners get another run.
And that sounds fun, doesn't it? Colt Emerson has been a top 10 MLB prospect since he joined the Mariners farm system in 2023. And now a look at your KIRO News Radio traffic. We'll start you over in Montlake's Arboretum, where we have breaking news where a new collision just occurred blocking Lake Washington Boulevard right there in the center of the Arboretum in both directions, so traffic cannot get through right now. Here in Seattle, South 5 scattered slowing from the U District into downtown, less than 20 minutes from Linwood into Seattle. North 5, we're looking at scattered backups now from the West Seattle Bridge to the Ship Canal Bridge. It's going to take you 20 minutes to make your way through downtown. Once you get over the Ship Canal Bridge, you're wide open. And a heads up tonight at 10 in Bothell, both directions of State Route 522 will close at the 405 interchange. Crews are going to tear down the old off-ramp from North 405 to 522. Lanes will reopen by 4 a.m. Monday. Detours will get you on to 522 throughout the weekend. And now look at your weather. Partly cloudy and 53 for our Friday high. Our weekend looks to be mostly sunny with mid-50s. Still chilly overnight, though, with lows into the 30s. Mostly cloudy and 50 over Seattle right now. I'm Nate Connors, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Welcome back to the show. All right, we are waiting right now. We're trying to get our guest hooked up to the show. There was a couple who own a house in Auburn, and they apparently don't live at this house. It's a second home, and they keep a bunch of stuff there, including goats. And so they return, having been away for a few days, they return to the home to find that the home has been broken into. There was construction tools, all these things. They were renovating the house, all these things that had been stolen. Copper pipes. Man, those copper thieves are everywhere.
I mean, these robbers broke into the home, destroyed property, kicked down drywall, stole a bunch of, like I said, tools,
damage.
equipment, supplies.
Yeah.
But most importantly,
Most importantly, a couple of goats.
Brother and sister, year-old goats.
Brother and sister goats, whose names are just adorable, Bushel and Bee. They were stolen, and so we thought we'd try to get these goats back and try to help get these goats back.
Well, we had a listener reach out to us through social media, make us aware of this story. And this was before it got some local news attention, which it started to receive this week. And we want to make sure that we get our audience involved in helping bring these babies home. Good.
We got her, Spike. We got her. Brianna Ray joins us now. Brianna, welcome to the show.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
Brianna, thank you so much for joining us. Tell us a little bit about when these goats went missing.
It was sometime in the last couple of weeks. We had them down at our second property to clear out blackberry bushes, and the house was burglarized. We hadn't been down just in about a week and a half, and the goats were taken during that burglary, and they're 10 months old. They're born April 1st. Bushel and Bee are their names.
Oh my gosh, that's cute.
Yeah, and I mean they just got their winter coat, so they're a little fluffier than a lot of the photos that we have out there right now. But they're really friendly. I mean, jump on your chest and lick your mouth level friendly goats. They're like little dogs.
Lovely.
Now, Brianna, I'm going to ask something, and please don't take this the wrong way. I'm just doing what any good investigator would do. You said there was a sliding door had been kicked in or broken into, right?
Yes.
And that there was damage to some of the walls and things around the home, like vandalism from the burglars. Now the holes in the walls, they weren't about a foot off the ground, were they? I'm just asking questions. I'm not trying to imply anything. Size of a goat horn, maybe. Was the glass broken kind of low on the? I mean, it wasn't the goats just getting in the house, having a field day, maybe having some other goats over, throwing a party. Got a little embarrassed, got a little scared what mom and dad are going to say,
No, I mean, unless the goats took all the tools, rolled up the brand new carpet and padding and took that and the washer and dryer with them, then and all the copper pipes are cut out.
That's what I wanted to hear. Let's clear the kids first.
Yeah.
Let's clear the kids. Okay.
That to me says that this wasn't the goats in our investigation.
I was just eliminating, as all good investigators do, you eliminate suspects.
All right, so Brianna, tell us a little bit about, describe the goats, if you could. Are they small? What kind of goats are these? I had a pygmy goat when I was growing up, and they can get very tiny. People don't understand how small, but also there's massive goats out there. So what kind of goats are these?
They're a Kinder Boer cross. So I mean, I would say a mid-sized goat. They're a little bigger than a pygmy or a Nigerian dwarf, which is often like the sought-after goats because they're smaller and
they're manageable.
More like, yes, yep,
tear the place up or critters to eat copper pipe.
They have they're white. Bee is the girl, and she has kind of light tan spots all over her body, more visible close up. Floppy ears, similar to like a beagle, and horns.
Okay. Is it possible? Have you guys? I'm sure you've done a lot of driving around. Is it possible that whoever broke into the house just let them out of the yard and they just went off to seek greener pastures?
Do any of your neighbors have freshly tuned down lawns?
That's a good thing.
or cleared blackberry.
The first day that we brought them down, they actually had gotten out twice, and both times the neighbors called immediately. They go straight over to the neighbor's house with lots of grass in the front, and they have collars with tags with my phone number on them. So every time they've ever gotten out, they have called us. The fence was fixed immediately, and they were back in.
Sure.
There's no damage to the fence. There's no point of exit that we were able to find.
When we, Spike and I don't know if Laura, our producer, told you this, but last time we had a couple of animals missing. There was these 2 missing mini donkeys, and then Spike and I really talked about it a lot. And then somebody listening actually heard the description and realized that there was some missing mini donkeys nearby.
In their neighbor's property, yeah.
And they got a call in, and those missing mini donkeys were found. Didn't somebody also list those donkeys on, was it a Facebook marketplace or something?
Well, yeah, this woman had bought the missing mini donkeys, the stolen mini donkeys, as a pet for her kids unwittingly.
Yeah.
Had no idea that they had been taken, and then saw the news stories about them, saw the photographs, and put 2 and 2 together.
Have you guys been scouring different, marketplace or
pawn shops?
I don't know if people are using what is it? What's the website that people use?
Craigslist?
Craigslist. People still use Craigslist.
Who knows?
offer up looking for goats. Have you guys done that?
Yeah, we've been all over Facebook Marketplace, OfferUp, and Craigslist. We've also reached out to the Enumclaw Sales Pavilion just in case they're going to put them up for auction. We do plan on going there tomorrow, since every Saturday they have an auction, and hoping that they're just trying to drop them off in a sense where they can get away with it and make money off of them without their name being out there.
Sure.
But
it's interesting.
I definitely.
It reminds me of like when it's such an odd item to steal, like the construction tools, copper pipes, things like that. Those are going to be a lot easier for them to unload. It's like stealing a fine piece of art, stealing 2 goats. Like there's only so many places where you could sell them without drawing attention.
Well, that's meant they wanted to keep them for personal enjoyment.
It's possible.
That's also possible.
It's possible that they just wanted and they thought to themselves, hey, we're stealing all this stuff. We might as well have some goats as well. It's just a very odd thing. Somebody coming into your house, stealing construction equipment, and then also on the way out deciding, let's grab those goats while we're at it. This doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
Yeah, absolutely. I definitely think that it's a really good chance that it's in the backyard of the person's house and they're keeping them, or a family member of that person now has them. So my hope is that a neighbor sees 2 white goats that weren't there before next door and is able to come forward so that I have a chance to take a look at them and see if it's bushel and bee.
So this would be anybody who's listening right now. If you have noticed that your neighbors, whoever they might be, and you know what, even better if you don't like your neighbors and you can kind of, they have the goats. But if you have neighbors who have recently acquired 2 white goats, and this would be sometime in the last 3 weeks, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, so sometime in the last 3 weeks, if 2 new white goats have arrived near your house, you should
it may
get
be
in
on
touch.
the up and up, but it wouldn't hurt to check.
Wouldn't hurt to check.
That's all we're saying.
You can reach out to the Auburn Police Department. There's a case number that they have for this, although I imagine if you call Auburn Police Department and say, I'm calling about the missing goats.
Yeah, which missing goats are you referring
It's
to?
like they need the specific case number. I don't know if they're
I'm
gonna need that.
I hope this is the only case of missing goats.
I'm betting you get these goats back within a couple of days now, Brianna. I mean, the outpouring of support for these goats, I imagine, has been pretty overwhelming.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've gotten tons of messages, lots of leads, nothing that's turned them up yet, but I have a feeling it's going to come in, and I'm really hopeful.
Well, the more eyes and ears we can turn toward this story, the better chance we'll get them back for you.
Absolutely. Brianna, thank you so much for coming on, and let's keep in touch. And if we hear anything or if anybody sends us any tips, we'll get them your way. And then if you hear of these goats being found, please come back on with us and give us the good news. Spike, go ahead.
Absolutely.
Before we go, is there anything, if the folks who took your goats are listening right now, is there anything you'd like to say to them?
Yeah, good idea.
Come back in the middle of the night and drop them off.
No questions asked.
No
I like
questions.
it. I love it.
Yep.
That's great. All right, Brianna Ray, thank you so much for making the time. Appreciate it.
Thanks.
That's crazy, man. I hope those goats get back. I can't imagine. It's easy to, people are so nosy these days. There's cameras everywhere. People are so nosy. You think somebody doesn't know their neighbor just got goats?
Right, exactly. It's not like somebody took your dog. There's dogs every 20 feet.
People get dogs.
Yeah.
It's very rare to acquire goats.
Right.
And so somebody's listening right now. They're going like, hey, there's 2 goats that just showed up. And also, you may not live in a neighborhood that's prepared for goats. There's HOAs are very strict about these things.
They really are.
So don't be afraid to rat on your neighbors. They got these goats because they're stolen goats.
I like the turn. I like the way this is turned. This is good.
If you've stolen these goats, return them.
Come on.
All right, we got a lot more coming up. Stick around. We're going to be right back.
KIRO News Radio, the first place you turn for the news you trust.
Seattle's new mayor is laying out a big vision.
She offered few specifics.
Engaging conversation.
Has anybody noticed their electric bill? It's diabolical, Ursula.
And your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
They are bringing the Lombardi back to the Northwest.
Streaming everywhere on the KIRO News Radio app. Always here, always with you. KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM.
Remember that time we were driving through France and for some reason we didn't have GPS?
Oh, for some reason? That reason would be that you didn't plug your phone in because you didn't have a charger.
Yeah, because I let you borrow my phone so you could call your mother and you're on the phone for like 30 minutes telling her where we are. But that aside, we didn't know where we were going. We did fight a little bit because we didn't know where we were going. I think that Longevity Medical Clinic is like the GPS for us. They tell us which turns to make. They tell us which directions to go, right?
They do. And now I feel like the two of us together have a clear path and we have more control over our own health care.
Right, exactly. So you don't have to get out of the car and try to find information somewhere. It's all right there. As you're aging, all the little sort of turns you have to make in order to be able to have lots of energy and to enjoy your life. So for as far as I'm concerned, Longevity Medical Clinic is our GPS. Do what Nick and I have done. Take a free health analysis at lmclinic.com. That's lmclinic.com.
Endless hours of research, seeking referrals, dozens of calls. Hiring the right attorney can be a challenging process during an already difficult time. JP Pendergast with Pendergast Law explains.
In Washington State, Tom, there are thousands of attorneys to choose from. Referrals and online research can be helpful, but discovering the right attorney requires a conversation. It can be hard to identify integrity and authenticity without that interaction.
So, what do you recommend?
We encourage anyone looking for personal injury representation to call for a free consultation with our team before making a decision simply based on referrals or online research. Accident victims need an attorney that listens, demonstrates honesty, and is genuinely understanding of their unique circumstances. The care, attention, and preparation that our firm provides throughout the case mirrors the effort involved when taking on the insurance companies.
Save time and avoid mistakes after an injury. Contact the caring and compassionate team at Pendergast Law.
If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
The stock market was on fire in 2025 due to AI and tech stocks. Now is the time to set a strategy for 2026. It's a good opportunity to lock in those gains and invest into a stable platform. With $8 trillion in cash sitting on the sidelines, investors are either scared or unsure where to go. Hi, I'm Scott Rirucka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. Legacy Group Capital develops local real estate, lends money, and shares the profits with our investors. Diversify with Legacy Group Capital. Invest into our Northwest Fund, which is currently delivering 9% on a fixed rate term. It's our flagship fund for 19 years with zero investor losses. And yes, we do accept IRAs. Find out why 1,300 local investors have invested over $350 million.
Legacy Group Capital at legacyg.com. This is not investment advice. Investments available to accredited investors only. Details at legacyg.com. Your VA loan and reverse mortgage experts for 34 years. Best Mortgage is proud to be the longest running mortgage company on KIRO Radio. Get a no-pressure consultation from a real person, never an AI bot. Web search Best Mortgage for honest advice you can trust.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Welcome back to the show. All right, we got a lot of stuff to talk about in the 1 o'clock hour. You're not going to want to miss it. Right now, I saw this story, Spike, and I was interested in your take on this. In Kent, down Kent Way, in Kent, they had looked at the budget and they said, hey, we're going to be $30 million short on our budget coming up for the 26-27 school year. Unfortunately, we're going to have to let some teachers go. We're not going to have the ability to make sure that we can afford to pay everybody.
They cite cuts to funding from both state and federal resources, as well as declining enrollment, which led to a lot of those allocations. That they're going to. They talked about 100 teachers, 150 teachers possibly being reduced.
Yeah, they said that more than 100 teachers were potentially. It's from Como News. After news spread that more than 100 teachers were potentially at risk of losing their jobs, teachers, parents, and students, they packed several rooms at the Kent School District building for a school board meeting, and they said, hey, great news. How about we just don't fire anybody? This is Kent Education Association President Tim Martin.
They can breathe now. They can rest assured that they're going to have a job next year. If there was a need to eliminate 150 jobs, which I'm still not sure that needs to happen, but it could happen through just natural attrition.
So they said, if you just wait around long enough, people will just quit. So you don't need to fire people. This is a teacher and a parent in the Kent School District. She spoke out at a school board meeting. Let's play this, then we can chat about this.
These mixed messages create confusion. When drastic decisions about staffing are made and then reversed under pressure, it does not feel like strategic planning. It feels reactive. And to many of us, it actually feels manipulative. I've considered moving my family out of the district.
So she's considering moving out. I guess they're saying the mixed messages of...
you got to go. We can keep you. We don't know what the future holds.
You're expendable.
Yeah, we're going to right size the staffing nodes.
Isn't that actually, though, isn't that every business? I mean...
It really is. Well, but...
You're describing every business.
You are,
but why are teachers... special?
Well, because it's almost...
Aside from being very special.
They're very special people, but teachers and the union stepped in and helped negotiate this stay of execution, if you will, for the size reduction. You said, how are teachers different? That's part of the problem is that teachers' unions have so much sway politically, and they're almost unfireable, even bad teachers.
They are
sometimes.
unfireable.
That can be a problem, right?
Yeah.
So, and they're talking about right sizing. When you have less students, maybe you need less staff. And when you base teachers' merit on test results, that's never really a good formula.
Yeah. Because
students don't turn. So I've got an idea, and I want to run it by you here. I'm just kind of spitballing here, okay? If teachers aren't cutting the mustard or whatever the vernacular is, right? Aren't meeting the standards, aren't good teachers.
Yeah.
I think I have a way to find out. You know how companies often will send in what they call secret shoppers?
Yes.
How about secret students?
Secret students, and then you're judging teachers?
Because they're not treating like a VIP. When the superintendent comes to monitor the class, we all know how that goes. Everybody's got a clean shirt on, right?
That's a great idea.
Right?
They would never do it. I love this idea, but they would never do it.
And you literally rate teachers on the actual interaction with students. Not just what the test scores look like. If we can all give you the answers to the test, get better scores, get more money, boom.
Yeah.
But, if you have to let some teachers go, you have to let some teachers go. If you're going to have to let some teachers go, let the worst ones go, the ones who don't merit.
Spike, you're sounding like you're making a lot of common sense right now.
So here's what we do. We get little people with youngish faces.
Okay.
Because you can't ask an 8-year-old to really merit a teacher. They can be swayed with cookies.
I think you could
extra nap time.
I think you could actually. I applaud your efforts, but I do think you could actually probably just affix a child with a bunch of secret cameras.
I like where you're going. Okay,
they're watching inside the classroom.
I knew mine had a hard way to get through HR.
Yeah, it's going to be tough for HR, but I do think that you could secretly film, which probably actually wouldn't play either. They would not be happy about that. And I don't believe you can do that in our state without. You can't secretly record people in our state, so that's going to cross some boundaries. How about when you don't have money, then you just have to figure it out? But for them, they're going to just say, no, we're just going to keep people employed
for another year. How does that?
And we're going to lose money.
And what? Hope we get more funding. Hope the tax base increases. Hope more people move to the district.
Hope people decide that they want to put their kids in schools again. Why are they leaving the schools? If they're leaving the schools, fix that problem, and then maybe you're going to have more students. You're going to bring in more money. That would be a quick fix to the problem. For whatever reason, kids are leaving Kent School District. Figure out why kids are leaving. Fix that problem.
800 reduction in enrollment.
Yeah,
right.
It's a lot of money.
It's a lot of kids.
What do we spend in Washington? It's like $20,000 a kid. It's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money.
Also, I just did a little digging. This is a fun thing I like to do. There's this website. You can go to it yourself. It's called fiscal.wa.gov. It's one of my most visited websites, actually. You can go in and you can look and see the salaries of the higher ups in places like the Kent School District, and you can every school district in Washington State. These are all open for your enjoyment. The superintendent of Kent made last year $403,000, $403,266. Do you want to take a guess at how many non-teaching administrators there are in the Kent School District who make more than $200,000?
Ooh, 40.
41.
Really?
Spike, you're getting so good at this. You probably thought of a number in your head and said double it, and then you said 40.
I tripled it. That's what I did.
Did you really?
Yes, I did.
41.
41. Okay,
that's
great.
what I saw.
That make over $300,000.
No, over $200,000.
Over 200 grand.
Over $200,000.
You know what the average teacher makes in Kent?
I don't.
$55,000 to $60,000 a year.
That seems like a pretty big difference.
Seems like quite a difference.
Like if you could just tell the superintendent to take, a 20, not even a 25. If you could tell the superintendent to take, what is that, a 5% pay cut?
25K of what?
25K, 7% pay cut. Take a 7% pay cut. Keep a teacher.
Take a little haircut.
Little haircut.
Little haircut.
little taste.
So nobody
Give
has
a little
to be,
taste.
You get a haircut so we don't have to decapitate 100 teachers.
Yeah, just don't pay these administrators this much money. Why do they need this much money? It's public dollars.
What if the teachers could drive buses, or the administrators could also drive buses?
Put them to work.
Right?
Well,
I mean, you know.
And the bus drivers union's going to get upset because you're taking the bus driver jobs.
God, it's never easy.
These teachers unions and these unions, they do make it difficult to fire people. They do for sure. All right. In Kent, that's what's happening in Kent. So
relax, breathe easy, teachers.
Breathing easy. You're still in debt.
Yeah, right.
All right. When we come back, we're going to talk just about a ton of stuff. It's Friday. It's a lot of fun stuff. Stick around. We'll be right back.
KIRO News Radio is right there with you.
Thank you so much for hanging out with us.
On your smart speaker before you head out the door.
We continue to be in recovery mode on northbound I-5.
Watch live on YouTube or the KIRO News Radio app.
Newfangled idea of having to see the people while they're talking.
The office, the gym, wherever you are.
Get on the YouTube channel. The whole gang's there.
KIRO News Radio. 97.3 FM, powered by MyNorthwest.com.
It's clogged again.
Your drain?
Just had it cleared.
You didn't call Apollo Plumbing.
How can you tell?
Because your drain's clogged again.
So frustrating.
We can clear that drain.
That's what the last guy said.
We'll clear it, guaranteed.
He said that too.
Apollo Plumbing will clear your drain, or it's free.
Wait, what?
Apollo Plumbing clears your drain.
Or it's free?
Yep.
What's the catch?
No catch.
Fine print?
Apollo Plumbing clears your main drain for $83.
$83, or it's free?
And we'll even give you a camera inspection.
Because?
It's the best way to find what's causing your clog.
But that's extra.
Nope. Included.
No extra charge?
Not 1 cent.
$83, or it's free.
All it takes is an accessible outside cleanout.
And an Apollo plumber.
No clog is safe from Apollo Plumbing.
And just like that, my main drain is...
draining again.
How can you...
Apollo plumbers are that good.
$83, or it's free.
You call, we come.
My drain's draining again.
Guaranteed.
$83, or it's free.
As it should be.
Apollo Plumbing.
ApolloPlumbing.com.
Where you buy your vehicle matters. At Subaru Puyallup, it's about safety for every drive, confidence in every season, and a buying experience that is stress-free. It starts with friendly experts who listen and continues with stress-free pricing, an easy process, and a genuine care that lasts the life of your Subaru. During the Subaru A Lot to Love event through March 31st, enjoy extra savings. Subaru of Puyallup, part of the Harnish Auto family. Visit SubaruofPuyallup.com, your stress-free dealership.
It's cold outside, and if you're noticing it's taking forever to heat your home, there are cold spots in certain rooms, your furnace turns off and on a lot, or it never stops, or maybe your energy bill is just way too high. These are all warning signs that your home needs a blanket. There may be something wrong with your insulation, which means not only are you uncomfortable in your own home, but you could be wasting hundreds or thousands of dollars a year in lost energy. Call Insulation Northwest today, and we'll send one of our professionals to give you a fast, free energy inspection to determine if there is a problem. And if there is a problem, we can fix it fast. Most jobs are completed in 1 day. You have nothing to lose. The inspection is free and only takes about an hour and could save you thousands. Keep the heat in, the cold out, and your energy bill low. Call Insulation Northwest today. Insulation Northwest, the real insulation company.
Please ask if you qualify for thousands of dollars of free rebates from your energy company.
InsulationNorthwest.com. Jason Rance here with our local tax expert and advocate, Greg Nunn from None Better Tax Resolution. So, Greg, not all tax resolution companies are the same. There are some that are definitely not local. There are others that don't quite know what they're doing even.
Well, I tell you, these ads that all of us hear, Fresh Start program, they make you feel like, hey, man, I can just easy peasy get my taxes written off. No. And I've had several clients actually come to me after going through that process, and they just get no response after a while. They're passed around from person to person. That doesn't happen at my firm.
You are familiar with the cases that come in. You're working on them.
I'm familiar with every case that comes into our office. And I know what's going on and have the ability to really advise our taxpayers very well on what to do.
If you're having trouble with the IRS, then call Greg Nunn. None Better Tax Resolution, from stress to success with IRS Solutions. 425-947-1967 or Google NUNN. None Better Tax Resolution.
We're the home of your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
They are bringing the Lombardi back to the Northwest.
KIRO FM and HD1 Tacoma, Seattle. This is CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
I'm Jennifer Kuiper. President Trump says the way talks are going between U.S. and Iranian officials aimed at ending Iran's nuclear program.
We're not exactly happy with the way they're negotiating. They cannot have nuclear weapons, and we're not thrilled with the way they're negotiating, so we'll see how it all works.
The president has indicated to reporters that he has not ruled out military force. This has the Middle East region on edge. CBS's Charlie D'Agata reports.
Today, the U.S. Embassy here in Israel issued a security alert and a new advisory authorizing the departure of, quote, non-emergency U.S. government personnel.
Trump orders all federal agencies to phase out use of Anthropic technology after the AI company's dispute with the Pentagon. President Trump is also floating the idea of a friendly takeover of Cuba. CBS's Linda Kenyon.
The president says the Cuban government is talking with the U.S.
They're in a big deal of trouble, as you know. They have no money, they have no anything right now.
Trump imposed a fuel blockade against Cuba in January in a push to pressure the communist regime.
We could very well end up having a friendly takeover of Cuba.
The president's comments follow a deadly confrontation this week between the Cuban Coast Guard and a group that included at least 2 American citizens. 4 people were killed, several injured. Linda Kenyon, CBS News, the White House.
Former President Bill Clinton, who is being deposed by the House Oversight Committee, says regarding Jeffrey Epstein, he saw nothing and did nothing wrong and had no idea of the crimes Epstein was committing. Democratic Congressman Robert Garcia, ranking member of the committee, says they're set on getting to the truth and says President Trump should also be called to testify.
He appears in the Epstein files next to Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell almost more than anybody else. So it's time for the president to answer questions about why files are missing from the DOJ, why there's been a White House cover-up.
A Georgia man is testifying in a trial over claims that he helped enable his son's deadly high school shooting in September of 2024 by giving him a gun. Prosecutors say Colin Gray ignored warning signs and gave the weapon as a Christmas gift. Gray denies that.
There was never at any point during all of this leading up to what happened, there was never a perceived threat by me with Colt.
Colt Gray faces 55 counts, including murder and aggravated assault. His father faces 29 counts, including second-degree murder and involuntary manslaughter. Scouting America has agreed to make changes to keep the military support. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth.
Membership will be based solely on biological sex at birth and not gender identity.
Stocks have closed down on Wall Street. The Dow fell 521 points, NASDAQ down 210. This is...
Join Adriana Diaz and Kelly O'Grady for the perfect start to your weekend. Ease into your Saturday with CBS Saturday Morning on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus.
A surprising admission about state slaters working under the influence. More on that coming right up. But first, your KIRO Newsradio traffic brought to you by Seattle Sports. We have a traffic alert out in Montlake's Arboretum where crews are on scene of a single car crash. It has all lanes blocked on Lake Washington Boulevard at Foster Island Road. This is at the north end of the Arboretum. We've got a handful of occupants that are trapped in this car that slid off the road. It looks like it may have smacked into a tree. A large first responder presence is on scene. An easy detour around this from either direction of Lake Washington Boulevard is Montlake Boulevard and Boyer Avenue. Otherwise, avoid this area as traffic is all jammed up in the surrounding neighborhoods right now. Here in Seattle, 20 minutes northbound I-5 through downtown with scattered backups between West Seattle and the Ship Canal Bridge. And South 5, we're slow from the U District in the downtown. Outside of that, we're looking pretty good out there. Download the Seattle Sports app to stay in the know with the latest news, scores, and opinions about your favorite teams.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Nate Connors. On the heels of State Rep Joe Fitzgibbon admitting to being under the influence during a recent committee meeting, KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey reports on another lawmaker who says it's common for many state lawmakers in Olympia to vote on some of the most important legislation under the influence of alcohol.
Representative Michelle Valdez tells Seattle Red 770 AM many lawmakers drink alcohol waiting in their offices for a vote where alcohol is actually not allowed.
A lot of offices have alcohol in them, and we'll, hang out and a lot of people will have a drink. Some people will have more drinks.
House Majority Leader Joe Fitzgibbon apologized for drinking before Wednesday's committee meeting, saying he made a poor choice and is disappointed in himself. Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
A redwood tree in Seattle's Madison Park will not be cut down, at least for now. A property owner wants to remove it so he can put in a retaining wall. We spoke with neighbor Julie Takashiki Scarrett earlier this week.
Yesterday, we saw a pair of eagles fly into the tree that is slated to come down.
You need a federal permit to remove a tree with a bald eagle nest. The homeowner tells KOMO News they checked and didn't see one, but the owner of the tree cutting service says they don't want to chance it. So for now, the redwood is still standing. A big pizza chain is closing hundreds of underperforming stores. CBS's Stacey Lynn with details.
Around 300 Papa John's will shut down by 2027. Most of them, about 200, will close this year. The company's cutting about 7% of its corporate staff as well and simplifying the menu to boost profits amid what they call tough competition. Stacey Lynn, CBS News.
A specific list of locations to be closed was not announced. Papa John's has about 3,500 locations in the U.S. and Canada at the end of last year, including nearly 40 across our state. Everett Mayor Cassie Franklin has issued a directive restricting federal immigration agents from city facilities without a warrant. She also reaffirms that local police will not ask people about people's immigration status.
I also expect our officers to intervene if it's safe to do so to protect our residents when they witness federal officers using unnecessary force.
The order takes effect immediately. And now your KIRO News Radio weather, 53 and partly sunny this afternoon. This forecast looks like it continues right through the weekend with highs hovering in the mid-50s. 49 and cloudy over downtown Seattle. I'm Nate Connors, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
And now, it's time for the Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio with your hosts, Jake Skorheim and Spike O'Neill.
All right, welcome back to the show. 1 hour down, 2 hours to go. It's Friday, which also means we get to do Friday favorites in just about an hour, which is a lot of fun. We have a lot of great audio this week to look back at. And so we're going to play that at the top of the 2 o'clock hour. And then at the end of the 2 o'clock hour, we're going to read a bunch of your text messages. Specifically, we're looking for any responses to Spike and my discussion earlier about the millionaire tax, whether or not Jed Fowler of HD Fowler, who resigned, some would say because his dad told him he had to.
Some would say he had an epiphany and realized what this tax would do to the people he works with and cares for and employs.
Some would say that.
Yeah.
I'm interested in your opinion on that, though. So hit us up at the Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line, 888-973-5476. Why did Jed Fowler of HD Fowler step down?
But more importantly, we'd like to hear from you. If you've seen two goats.
Or if you've seen two goats.
Right?
Yeah. Those are of equal importance.
Seriously.
Yes. If you've seen two white goats that look like they are brother and sister, although most goats look alike. And their names
a family resemblance.
Their names are Bushel and Bee, which they probably won't be able to confirm to you.
But they have tags.
Just two white goats.
Two white goats.
If you see just two white goats
Where
that have recently moved.
Yeah. I mean, if you live out in the country somewhere and you see goats all the time, you know there's goats there.
Yeah.
If you live in a nice suburb somewhere and you're maybe even the city limits.
I bet you it's not a nice suburb. People who live in nice suburbs don't tend to break into homes and steal construction equipment.
That's true.
This is going to be in your more backwoodsy areas.
Rural, more rural.
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Homes on wheels, maybe.
I don't think you're going to find...
I don't mean to be pejorative to people who live in homes on wheels.
No, not a home on wheel. Okay. It's possible, but it's not going to be in an apartment in the city.
Okay.
I don't think you're going to find these goats running around.
On a balcony.
On a balcony.
Next to some...
That would have already drawn
outdoor
attention.
Furniture. Maybe your Christmas tree still out there.
100%, yeah.
Which the goats could eat. If it was a real tree, it'd be great.
Absolutely. Although I don't know if they're supposed to eat pine. I don't think goats eat pine.
I don't think they are either.
But they do love blackberries. Those little goats, they love them.
Have you ever seen the crews that work around town?
Yeah, the goat
crews that come in. Yeah,
we had little yellow jackets.
Yep. The one holds a sign at the end of the street. They're so well trained.
Do you know how much those goats are making? It's insane.
They're
prevailing wage.
Unionized.
That's what they're making. They're unionized. Those goats.
But they bring in the herds of goats to clear off the brush instead of heavy machinery.
Yeah,
right. It's fabulous.
It's so smart. It gives the goats something to do so they don't fall into crime and mischief, which a young goat will do if you don't give it a purpose. These kids. That's perfect. All right, should we talk about some serious stuff?
Well, we've put it off as long as we can.
We put it off as long as we can.
It's Friday. Who wants to talk about?
Can I share with you a personal story?
Sure.
All right.
Yeah, of course. Dude.
This was earlier in the show.
You're among friends.
Actually, no, this wasn't the show. Earlier, before the show started. We're going to get to some serious stuff in a second. Joe Fitzgibbon, House Majority Leader, the guy who was drunk. We asked him on the show.
The brave soul who admitted he'd made a mistake. That's the guy.
He was on. We asked him to join us on the show, and
sure.
He sent us a response why he can't, and we'll read that to you in a second, and it's pretty great. But I saw this clip earlier, and just a little insight into how we do business around here. We get in, we have a show meeting around 10 o'clock, and then we're in like our desks are right near each other.
Yeah.
And every once in a while, especially on Fridays, I feel like the higher-ups walk around and make conversation. And so our boss...
Yeah, they work about 20 hours a week on average. And by Friday, there's nothing really to do.
There's nothing to do on a Friday.
Right? And they have to kind of make, I got to be doing something.
And then they go do whatever people do who are in charge.
You guys all know management. We're not telling you nothing new.
Yes, absolutely. And they do a great job. I'm certainly not besmirching them.
No. They in 20 hours, they kill it.
Yes.
Kill it.
So... Our boss is walking around, and she stops by to see what we're doing, just to say hi.
Yeah.
She's great. We love her. But she moves along because you said that we were both busy or something. I didn't even know she stopped by. I was so engrossed in what I was doing.
She was making the rounds. Kathy's wonderful, best manager I've ever worked with.
Yeah,
I'll make sure that we clear to say that. But we were all kind of engrossed in doing the research that we do before the show because we pick what topics we're going to bring to you.
Yeah.
Then we try to become learned on these topics as best we can.
We dig into drunk politicians, stuff like that.
Kathy walked by and didn't make eye contact or intrude on any of us because all three of us, you, Laura, and I, all kind of had our heads down working.
So busy. And then she walks away. And then you and I we were actually both just kind of staring at stupid stuff on our phones.
Yeah.
So here's what I was doing when our boss was thinking that we were super busy. And I want to share this with you.
Doing show prep.
This was show prep. And technically now we are talking about it. So I am delivering on the show prep.
Yeah.
This was hilarious. I saw this on X. These are what my algorithms send me. Are you aware of the song The Lion King? Not The Lion. The movie The Lion King, the Circle of Life song.
Sure.
Where it starts at the beginning.
Yeah.
This song.
Oh, my
You know that one?
Of course. Iconic. As dawn rises over the savannah.
See all the...
Everything the light touches, remember?
Wildlife doing what wildlife doing.
Yeah.
So I was watching this... This clip was floating around.
This wasn't about Democratic politicians, was it?
No.
Okay, good.
This clip was floating around. No.
Because it's been fun working with you.
It's not a mistake I would make.
Thank you.
This clip was going around.
It's not that hard, people.
And it was a podcast of these guys who actually talked to somebody who speaks the language that they used for that song.
Oh, wow.
Which is, I guess, a Zulu language.
There are so many different dialects spoken in the continent.
And so they're asking him, what do those words mean? It's iconic. Everybody knows that song. We could all sing it. But if I were to ask you right now, what does it mean?
I've often, while you were playing it, I was thinking, I still have no idea what he's singing about. And it's so passionate.
It doesn't even matter because we're seeing the visuals and we're thinking about that sweet little line.
Yeah.
And so they asked this guy what the words meant. And this is a clip about 36 seconds, and I was almost in tears laughing watching this.
Really?
This is what our boss, when she walked by, we were intensely, and then she walks away, and right as the punchline hits, and then I just lost it.
Okay.
But here it is. This is what the song in The Lion King means, apparently. And I hope it's true.
Answering a question been asked for decades.
Yes. Nobody bothered to look up.
I can do it.
Do it.
So you sing it like... Say it again.
What does it mean?
It means, look, There's a lion. Oh, my God.
You're joking. That is not what that means. That is not what that means.
That's exactly what it is.
It means, look, there's a lion.
Oh, my God.
Look, there's a lion. Oh, my God.
It's a lion.
Gonna eat ya.
Isn't that the best? It's a lion. That was so fun. And that's what Fridays are all about.
Yeah.
All right. You want to talk about drunk politicians? That's what people really care about.
Now we're going to have some fun.
All right. So we reached out to House Majority Leader Joe Fitzgibbon. We found out yesterday that in the House Appropriations Committee that was held Wednesday night, people were noticing. They say, man, this guy looks a little off his game. He looks like he's slurring a little bit. His words are not.
And we played the tape.
We'll play the tape.
The video was. We won't have to. The video was very supplemental. Okay, good.
Yeah, no, of course I want to play it. The drunk politician. I'm not going to play that. Are you kidding? House Majority Leader Joe Fitzgibbon, Democrat, West Seattle. I'm not going to play him drunk at work.
Can we at least skip playing the stork?
No, 100% no. That's the punchline of the joke, Spike.
No,
like the aforementioned Lion King. That's the punchline of the joke, and you'll understand why in just a minute.
Okay.
Well, here it is. Drunk politician, Joe Fitzgibbon, Democrat, West Seattle. By the way, as they're discussing the millionaire's tax, that's what this committee was discussing.
Sure, yes.
The income tax. This is how seriously politicians in our state take your money, that they're willing to be drunk at work doing it.
Representative Fitzgibbon. Thank you, Mr. Chair. So I really want to thank you for your work on this budget. And I also want to say, I want to thank the members of the minority party for their amendments on this budget, which, while they were mostly not accepted.
By the way, one of the amendments put forth by Representative Ed Orcutt, who was trying to get a last-minute amendment put in there so that they could have the referendum process. So, so that the next time that voters had the opportunity to vote on it, they could. Democrats said no. That was about 2 hours ago. They said, no, we're going to reject that amendment. So, no, we're not going to let voters vote on it.
To strip away the emergency status, right?
Yes. And he said, no, we're not going to do that because we need to push it forward.
I think reflects something important about
that we don't care what you have to say
about our state, which is that
also they tried to say, hey, you need to actually put a floor in this so it cannot ever
drop below $1 million.
Drop below $1 million.
These are common sense we've been calling for months.
And they said, no, we can't do that.
Members of the legislature, whether in the majority or minority party,
he goes on for 5 minutes.
Hear from their constituents, say to Washington, both because of the decisions of. So with that, Mr. Chair, I really want to thank you for your work, and I want to ask.
You've been great. You've been a wonderful audience.
Oh, this is the best part. Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, shoot. No, it was the wrong part. That was him, that hiccup I added at the end. So we reached out to House Majority Leader Joe Fitzgibbon, Democrat, West Seattle, who did admit to being drunk. And he put out a statement. We said, that's not enough. We want to, give you the opportunity, as long as you're sober, to come on the show and talk about it with us. He said, I made a poor choice last night by drinking alcohol before we finished out our workday. I'm disappointed in myself, and I take responsibility for that poor choice. It won't happen again, and I'm committed to completing my work this session without alcohol. And so we reached out to him, and what was his response, Laura? He said he couldn't make it in.
I reached out to the comms people at the House legislature.
Sure. Yeah.
Hi, Laura. Thanks for reaching out. Rep. Fitzgibbon is not available today. He is attending the delivery of his new baby.
What? Oh, that's fantastic.
That's wonderful.
That's good for him. That's great. And I got to say, number one, congratulations.
Sure.
Because there's nothing more exciting and important in this world than having a child. It's the best thing in the world.
It can be make you very anxious. You can be very nervous.
It can make you very nervous, but you know what else having kids does? It makes you really think about the future that you're leaving behind for them. And maybe he's going to look differently now. I mean, they've already passed it, so it essentially doesn't matter at this point. Maybe he's going to think differently now about whether or not he wants an income tax on his kids, which of course they will get if they pass this thing. And the other thing, because he's having a kid, remember my stork thing I played yesterday?
Sure.
I mean, I didn't even know that he was expecting. Listen to this.
Everybody's glad to see the stork.
Do you mind if I play it? I got to play it.
Of course.
I got to play it. All right. Yeah. I'll just pretend. This is not real, but I'll pretend. We actually got audio from Joe Fitzgibbon in the hospital.
Everybody's glad to see the stork. Here, Stark, have a drink to the new baby. Oh, have another. Come on, bottoms up. One for the road. You gotta be sociable. You gotta be sociable. You just can't refuse their generous hospitality. Their hospitality. You just can't refuse them.
It's the gift that keeps on giving.
It really is.
It really is. And it's not just, Jason Rance has a great story on this today from SeattleRed.com. It's not just Fitzgibbon, although he is in a different spot. He's the House Majority Leader. Sure. He should be leading by example. Clearly, he should not be leading from the bottom of a bottle. But he's not the only one, according to Jason Rance's story. This is a fairly common practice among star lawmakers that when they're sitting around waiting all day to vote on bills, which sometimes, you got to go, kill some time in your office for a few hours. People are having drinks, which you're not supposed to be doing.
How is the state capitol not a dry workplace?
I would assume it should be.
Okay. Let's think about this a minute, because I was dumbfounded to hear Nate played audio during one of the newscasts earlier today. Lawmakers say, well, they all got liquor in their offices, and sometimes you're stuck in your offices waiting to vote, as you just mentioned.
Yeah.
And you have a drink, and maybe you have a couple of drinks. Really? Is there valid reasons for a lawmaker to have liquor in their offices? Are you whining and dining different businesses, different constituencies, lobbyists? Have a drink with a lobbyist? Is that old school politics?
Yeah, this is Representative
backroom deal making, cigars and bourbon and whatnots.
Representative Michelle Valdez.
Are Republicans and Democrats equally guilty of this?
Oh, I think so. I think it was worse when I first came in. But at the same time, if I had a colleague that was intoxicated, I would tell them either A, don't go to committee, or B, don't talk, or both.
But of course he went, and he talked a lot. He probably shouldn't have talked. That would have been smart to not talk.
I thought we were going to go, I'm a millionaire, I'm a Texia.
No, I wouldn't play
Texia.
I wouldn't play any of those clips anymore. That'd be cruel. The guy clearly, if you're drinking at work that much, I would assume that probably not the first time you've done
I literally am flabbergasted that it is commonplace.
Yeah.
And as Representative Valdez says, it was more commonplace a few years back. Maybe that type of politicking is fading away. It's becoming antiquated. One hope.
I mean, we just saw it on Wednesday.
Everybody's glad to see the stork.
So, yeah, I don't know. They seem to be drinking. They're drinking and they're giving away your money. That's what they're doing. That should make you feel very good.
They're not making sober choices. That's clear.
Doesn't seem like it's a sober choice. No, it doesn't seem like it's a super sober choice.
Is it?
Which is a shame.
I think it should be a dry workplace. I don't think it's asking too much.
Most people work at a dry workplace.
Well, you bet your bottom.
Most people, if they were caught on camera during one of the most pivotal times in their work, drunk as a skunk.
It's a short session.
You can't wait.
You can't wait 2 weeks?
Can't wait 2 weeks?
To strap one on?
Even wait till
5 o'clock?
Tie one on, right? Is it called tie one on?
Well, it depends on how big you're drinking.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
That guy strapped one on.
He should have waited till he got home. All right, let's move on. We've talked enough about drunk people. Did you see the story about Amazon is no longer Seattle's #1 employer?
Oh, yeah, they dropped below.
This is interesting. So Seattle is no longer home to the most Amazon employees. Now, the most employees employed in the Seattle area they're employed by the University of Washington, who has 50,316 employees. Amazon workforce has shrunk below 50,000 employees. But this Seattle Times article is really interesting. They have actually been actively not growing in Seattle since 2018. Did you see this part of the article?
Yeah.
Let's see here.
Does that surprise you?
Did it surprise me that they've been
actively not growing in Seattle?
I mean, we've seen evidence of that.
Yeah.
It's not a surprise to me, but here's what Seattle Times said. They said, Amazon hasn't pursued future development in the city since its public spat with the city council over a short-lived per-employee tax.
Exactly. That's when the honeymoon was over.
Instead,
that's when you knew.
Shifted its growth to Bellevue and Redmond.
Sham of a marriage.
Dubbing the entire Puget Sound region as its HQ1.
HQ1, right? When they went east of the lake, you bet.
Microsoft now is also not even a top 10 employer in Washington anymore. Did you realize that?
Well, is that because of diminished employees at Amazon, reduced employee numbers, or
I said Microsoft.
No. Well, I meant Microsoft. I'm sorry. Is that because of just reduced employee numbers, or is that the growth of other entities that surpass them to take them out of the top 10?
No, they
Probably
don't have
a little bit of both. Right?
According to this, the Microsoft employee count peaked in 2021 with 9,300 in 2021, and has not gone over that since. So interesting times. I wonder what's causing these businesses to decide that this is not the most fertile place for their businesses to grow.
That's got a lot to do with it. The business climate and the taxation policies of this city and the state are having, you're right. I mean, I can admit to this. They're having detrimental effects on business. But these type businesses, tech businesses, that's just, what do they call it, right sizing between automation and innovation and technology and AI coming down the pipelines.
Maybe.
Less people are doing probably more work at these tech agencies.
Probably. There's some of that.
A little bit of both, right?
Yeah.
A little bit of both.
I think some of that for sure. All right. We have a lot more coming up. Stick around. The Vatican, speaking of AI, the Vatican is trying to crack down on something that's happening.
On AI girlfriends?
No, not AI girlfriends.
Oh.
But this is very interesting. And you wouldn't think that the Vatican would be having problems with this, but they apparently are. So we'll tell you about it next. Stick around.
This hour is brought to you by Insulation Northwest.
The John Curley Show.
When people sit there and they see people with the American flag and they're utterly disgusted because they associate the flag and USA with Donald Trump, don't do that. You're doing yourself an amazing disservice.
Weekdays 3 to 7.
You could dislike Donald Trump, but you can still love America. It's like discounting Photograph from Nickelback, which is actually a pretty good song. Think of the fact that you love this country, and what you love about it is it's inclusive. Good. Include others.
Watch The John Curley Show live on YouTube.
Meet Lee Platts, a renter whose possessions fill not only her apartment, but also the darkest corners of a mini storage unit. A land of both truth and fiction. Truth, everything inside is protected by Progressive. Fiction, one day Lee will fit into her clothes from senior year of high school. Renters, discover coverage for what you love and what you can't get rid of in Progressive's Protection Zone. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment? That's a lie. Most timeshares can be bought online for $1. To find out what your timeshare is worth and to cancel it, call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit kit free with all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley for your free exit info guide. 800-771-1300. That's 800-771-1300.
Joe Fallon did something smart. He saved hundreds on auto insurance switching to Progressive. With that money, he commissioned a portrait of himself. Does Joe already know what he looks like? Yes. Do guests know what he looks like? Also yes. But not as art. It's Joe's savings, and if he wants to spend it on a velvet painting of himself with a white tiger at his feet, we say, roar, Joe, roar. Switch and see if you could save with Progressive and treat yourself. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment? That's a lie. Most timeshares can be bought online for $1. To find out what your timeshare is worth and to cancel it, call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit kit free with all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley for your free exit info guide. 800-771-1300. That's 800-771-1300.
High five! Up top!
Dave's company just got the 5-year price lock guarantee from Comcast Business.
Yeah!
It's 5 years of gig speed internet, advanced security, and a great rate that won't change. All from the company with 99.9% network reliability.
Heck yeah!
He hasn't given this many high fives since Deborah brought in her famous banana bread.
Yes!
The Comcast Business 5-year price lock guarantee. Powering 5 years of savings, powering possibilities.
And it's hurting, but I am not stopping.
Woo! For a limited time, now through March 29th, switch to Comcast Business to lock in your rate for 5 years and get a $500 prepaid card on a qualifying gig bundle. Or ask how to get started with 150 megabit internet and Security Edge for $59.99 a month for 12 months with a 2-year agreement. Don't wait. Call today. Restrictions apply. New customers only. 1-year contract required for guaranteed rate. Paperless billing and automatic payments with bank account required. 5-year pricing applies to monthly service charge excluding taxes and fees.
When was the last time you watched your home movies?
Disasters strike unexpectedly. Every year, American families lose the one thing they'd run back into a burning building for, their family's memories. Hi, I'm Nick.
And I'm Adam. We started Legacy Box to help save your family's most important recorded moments so you don't have to worry.
Load Legacy Box with your old movies, film reels, and shoeboxes of photos.
We work our digitizing magic, converting those memories right to the cloud so they're safe and accessible forever.
It's fast, we always send your originals back, and it's done right here in the USA.
Over 1 million families have trusted Legacy Box. Better Homes and Garden, Real Simple, and Inc. magazine are all talking about Legacy Box.
New York Times columnist David Pogue says, have them digitized. I wish I'd done it sooner. Take action. Save your family's memories today with Legacy Box.
Go to legacybox.com/value to get an incredible 50% off your Legacy Box. That's legacybox.com/value for 50% off while supplies last. legacybox.com/value.
Hi, I'm Jen from Sky Nursery. If you're like me, you're itching to get out in the garden and get your hands in the soil. So check out Sky's full schedule of gardening events to help you get ready for spring. Learn about pruning fruit trees, tips for roses, a 2-day Wonders of Willow festival, hanging basket workshops, and more. Want to grow your own vegetables? I'll be sharing insights from 2 decades of veggie gardening in the Northwest. Anyone can do it. Learn more and get ready for spring at skynursery.com.
Underestimating the trucking industry is one of the biggest mistakes I see victims and other lawyers make. Trucking companies have an army of lawyers and experts who act quickly after an accident to protect the company. Only an experienced trucking accident lawyer can navigate the complicated federal and state laws to protect your rights. If you or a loved one has been injured in a trucking accident, call Davis Law Group today for a free consultation or get my free book on trucking accident law at washingtonaccidentbooks.com.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it today at carsforkids.org. Your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call 1-877-CARS4KIDS to donate your car today. That's Cars with a K.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon, I'm Aaron Granillo. Republicans tried again today but failed to stop that Millionaire's tax from advancing in Olympia. It passed the House Finance Committee despite this warning from Representative Sidney Jacobson.
Capital flight is not a myth. People who make this kind of money are able to leave. They often have domiciles in other states that they can just change their address to.
Supporters like Democrat Charlotte Mena say a tax on high-income earners is about fairness.
It does so by addressing a fundamental inequity in our tax system, one that currently asks working families to contribute a greater share of their income than the ultra-wealthy.
And the bill now goes to the full House with an amendment that removes the sales tax from diapers. That vote could happen next week. Apparently, drinking on the job in Olympia is not all that uncommon. That claim from Republican Representative Michelle Valdez.
Unfortunately, I think some people may use alcohol as a escape for all the stress.
She talked to Jason Rantz on Seattle Red after Democratic Representative Joe Fitzgibbon acknowledged he was under the influence during a recent committee meeting. Fitzgibbon has apologized and says he's disappointed in himself. To the closing bell report and move over Amazon, there is a new top employer in Seattle. The Times reports the University of Washington now holds that title, more than 50,000 employees in the city. Amazon's headcount in Seattle recently fell below 50,000 following a wave of layoffs. Company is also shifting its resources to the east side, where it has more than 14,000 workers in Bellevue now. Pokemon turns 30 years old today. CBS's Stacey Lynn says the franchise is now a $100 billion empire.
In 1996, we were introduced to the world of pocket monsters like Pikachu and Charizard.
Hello, fellow trainers.
What began as 2 simple Game Boy cartridges sparked a global craze. Since then, the franchise has sold more than 350 million video games and 30 billion trading cards worldwide. 3 decades later, Pokemon still has fans everywhere trying to catch 'em all. Stacey Lynn, CBS News.
Down day on Wall Street. The Dow lost 521, NASDAQ down 210, S&P off 30 points. And now to the real-time traffic desk. Here's Nate Connors.
All right, Aaron, the KIRO Newsradio app has our update. Good news in the Arboretum. We're all clear following our
Single car crash. It had all lanes blocked on Lake Washington Boulevard at the north end of the Arboretum for a little while. There are still hefty backups in that surrounding Mountain Lake neighborhood, so avoid traveling that way for a bit if you can. Here in Seattle, North 5, hefty backups between the West Seattle Bridge and our Ship Canal Bridge work zone. 20 minutes from bridge to bridge. South 5 is heavy from the Ship Canal Bridge in the downtown. Linwood to Seattle looking pretty good, though, at just 15 minutes. South 405, you're packed through Factoria. By the time you hit Cold Creek, you're going to clear out. And if you're heading through Federal Way, northbound on I-5, it's crowded from the Fife Curve to State Route 18. Otherwise, we are looking good. Text app APP to 888-973-5476 to download the KIRO Newsradio app. Listen to your favorite shows and get the latest news and updates sent straight to your phone. KIRO Newsradio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Thank you, Nate. And your forecast is also looking pretty good today. Mix of clouds and sunshine, but we're staying dry all the way through the weekend. Feeling very spring-like the next few days with highs each day in the low 50s. We're up to 49 right now in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
All right, welcome back to the show. You guys still have a chance to get your text messages in. You can let us know how you feel about everything we've been talking about. That's what the text messages are for. And then we'll read them. We'll respond to as many as we can. And we will also highlight the very best at the end of the show, which is a ton of fun. Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line, 888-973-5476. All right, here's something for you guys to let us know how you feel about. The Vatican. One of my daily sites as I prepare for the show, Spike. All the different things I look at. I look at local newspapers, websites, I should say, not newspapers. What year is it? But I look at all the local websites, the local news areas. Sure. I look at national news sites. Yeah. I look at X, which just feeds me a bunch of stuff that I'm already going to be interested in, which is nice. I try to look at Instagram, all the different things. It takes hours and hours and hours to look at all the stuff we're going to talk about on the show. Then one of my daily stops is the VaticanNews.com. And I check the Vatican News every single day.
Now, is it in Latin or Italian?
Well,
I know you read both.
I have it transcribed. I grew up speaking Latin in my house, but I have it transcribed to English just for shorthand.
Great upbringing.
Thank you. That's nice of you to say. But it is fun to read in Latin, so I do highly recommend that. It takes a little bit longer for some people, but for me it's faster. But the English version, I will read you some of the English version. And have you ever been to the Vatican, by the way?
No, I have not. I've never been to Italy.
Oh,
I know.
Spike, you got to go to Italy.
It's on my bucket list.
Well, get in that bucket, dude.
I decided on a 7th trip to Ireland before
I was gonna say, have you been to Ireland like a million times?
Yeah.
Go to Italy and go to the Vatican. It is one of the most mind-blowing places you'll ever see in your life. Your brain can't fathom.
From an architectural or for you, a spiritual as well, right?
Spiritual. I'm not Catholic, but I'm Christian. But obviously, deep ties to that.
Sure. Yeah.
From a religious perspective, and my wife actually was like 5 feet away from the Pope. They went because he does a mass every Wednesday. I think it's on Wednesdays, but every Wednesday he does a mass open to anybody who wants to come. And she got up early enough. I slept. That tells you how much of a Catholic I am. I slept. My wife and my mother-in-law went to go see the Pope, and they were 5 feet away from the Pope.
That's amazing.
Yeah, pretty cool.
I'd love to do that.
He was in the Pope mobile, which is pretty neat. But the Vatican's amazing because you can walk around the Vatican all day, and you're never going to see all of the stuff that they have. All the artwork.
Sure.
Like just 1,000 years of stuff.
At one point, they were the wealthiest, right? The Catholic Church.
I would imagine
they
they're
ruled
still
the
right
world.
up there.
I mean, yeah, they
still got to be top 2 or 3.
And treasure.
So here's what they're dealing with right now. This is a post from VaticanNews.com. Again, where I spend most of my time. The Pope is asking priests around the world to stop using AI to write their homilies.
I'm sorry, you said AI?
Stop using AI, artificial intelligence. They are apparently using AI to find things to talk about and summarizing things that they want to talk about and then making it sound more like themselves or whatever. He says, the Pope says, like all muscles in the body, if we do not use them, if we do not move them, they die. The brain needs to be used, so our intelligence must also be exercised a little so as not to lose this capacity.
Brilliant. Wow.
Which is right. It's absolutely true. He says, moreover, to give a true homily is to share faith, and AI will never be able to share faith. If we can offer a service that is encultured in the parish where we are working, people want to see your faith, your experience of having known and loved Jesus Christ. So please don't use AI, essentially. Isn't that a wild problem? I mean, can you even believe that they're having that problem?
You know, I kind of can because, I mean, they're just like us, but with better robes, right?
Yeah, I mean, they're humans.
They're just like us,
Yeah,
exactly. And they have the same
beings.
stress, the same strains on their time. You know, I almost think, I understand the Pope's complaint about using AI, that you don't use your creativity and tap into your personal experiences with regard to faith to put your sermons, your homilies together.
I believe it.
Homily.
Laura, you grew up
Homilies
Catholic. Homily.
I think it's homily.
It's homily.
Yeah.
Homily is a corn grit.
That's what I was going to say.
Homily. It's different.
And you know how I know that?
How?
My cousin Vinny.
My cousin Vinny. His name's hominy grits.
It's hominy grits.
Hominy grits, yeah.
How long does it take to cook hominy grit? A good hominy grit? You can't make it in less than 20 minutes. So how could you have been back to the window to see the car?
Brilliant. Anywho, I kind of see where it would be a real benefit.
To use AI?
To use AI so you can dedicate your time to the other things that your parish needs of you, to spend time with your parish, you know, to be out in the community, to do good works or whatever. I mean, as a tool, not to have it supplant your drawing from life's wisdoms and life experiences.
I think what the Pope is saying, we should have a daily segment. What does the Pope mean?
What's he thinking here?
I think what the Pope is saying here is, if you're a priest and your job is to be delivering, you know, the words of God to your parishioners, it's best if those words come from God and not from ChatGPT. And so the idea being,
Can't argue that.
The idea being that, like, if you're going to go and spend your time thinking about what message they need to be hearing, there's a divine interaction that's happening. So you're opening yourself up, and hopefully God is reaching down, and He is interacting with somebody, and He's saying, here's a message that these people need to hear. Go teach that message. Or you're reading a verse in the Bible, and you're seeing how that's going to be best translated to the people, but that should be through your brain and not through a computer brain.
Yeah.
So I understand. I understand what you're saying
about just the efficiency of time.
It
That's
would be
what AI
good for
does.
efficiency of time.
Yeah. I mean, I know like judges, they have they have staffs.
Yeah.
To help them research papers or look up the precedent or all these different things.
What you're saying is they need a priest assistant, an assistant priest. Somebody step in.
Isn't that part of the? I'm not sure. You know, when you get to the Pope, you got a lot of people helping you out, right?
A lot of people, yeah.
As you move up the food chain, you got a lot of people
support. You can't swing a dead cat without hitting a cardinal in that place.
Right.
Absolutely.
So I mean, is this putting those guys? Is this limiting middle management? Is that what he's worried about?
Is the Pope going to announce that all these cardinals
laid off,
firing 300
massive
cardinals?
Vatican Catholic Church no longer largest employer in Vatican City. That's what we're going to see soon, right? I mean, that's funny. It's where AI is intruding into what we do.
Yeah,
right?
I hope not. I hope that people don't turn AI into God.
To Pope Leo's point, you can't replace the human connection to your message to your parishioners. You just can't do that.
Yeah, well,
you know, there is no substitute. No matter how smart computers get.
Yeah.
There is no substitute for the human experience and the human spirituality and the human connection to God.
And I think more importantly, yes, this the latter part there, the godly connection.
Yes.
If these priests
here's a guy who hadn't been to church since Easter of '92.
If these priests are turning around and seeking messages from a higher power that is
Siri.
in Silicon Valley,
Siri.
That's not where you want to get your messages from. If you're getting your messages from AI, you watch out.
Ooh, good. Oh, I hadn't even thought about that.
That is end of
Infiltration.
the world type stuff. Ooh, wow. These priests need to read.
What do you think about his
Revelations right now?
What do you think about Pope Leo's new tradition of the seventh prayer stretch?
I think it's a good one.
You know, it kind of breaks
makes
up,
sense,
right?
I know he's a Sox fan.
It is. It comes from his lived experience. Back to this point of his lived experience, right?
There you go.
Yeah.
AI in the church. Very interesting. All right, we have a lot more coming up. This is actually really cool. So we did a story yesterday at this time. I think it was 1:49 yesterday. We told you about this amazing group of guys who were movers and also security guards at a Arizona.
Oh, the missing child.
There was a missing child. There was a child who was abducted, a 2-year-old who was taken in the middle of the night by basically a transient who they had.
Someone had welcomed into their home.
They had welcomed into their home, you know, with good intentions, but with a very bad result.
Cautionary tale.
They wake up the next morning and this little girl has been abducted by this person that they don't know, really. She was then spotted by these guys, and they found her, and they used their truck to block in the lady.
So help arrived,
We have
Authorities.
an update on this story, how they have now been recognized. Very cool story. So we'll tell you about that when we come back. Stick around.
KIRO News Radio, where you turn for the news you depend on.
Two competing budget proposals.
Senators want to be aggressive, they say.
Traffic.
We have a stall on westbound 16.
Conversation.
If they pass this thing and Governor Ferguson signs it into law, I think there's going to be a mass political sea change in Washington State.
And your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
They're bringing it home again.
Broadcasting live from the KIRO News Radio YouTube channel. KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM.
At Bible Law Group, we understand what it means to be local legal representation. From shopping at the Bon Marché, picking up gear at Chubby and Tubby, crying for Joey Cora, now for Cal, grabbing a burger while JP Patches clowns by. We live here and fight for you. That's why Bible Law gives local representation to those facing legal problems too big for prayers, even if you can't pronounce Squim or Puyallup. Our legal team has secured more than $40 million in settlements for our clients. We're ready to fight for you. Find us online at BibleLawGroup.com.
Hey, folks, Spike O'Neill for Integrity Roofing and Construction, your trusted local roofing team, offering, of course, free estimates, free video inspections. They can tell you exactly where your home stands during the rainy season that we're currently in. I know it's a little dry right today, but you know it's a rainy season. Protect your biggest investment with the help of the folks at Integrity Roofing and Construction. Go to their website, integrityrc.com. Check out an army of wonderful reviews. One of them is mine. These guys did phenomenal work on my home, treated my home better than we treat my home. Trust me. IntegrityRC.com is the website, or give them a call, 206-202-ROOF.
Wesley is a truck driver.
I drive a truck, and I love what I do.
A truck driver with IRS troubles.
They told me I owed them $43,000.
It got really bad.
Quite a few letters in the mail. They were talking about wage garnishment, coming after my house, my car. Yeah, they don't play around. I seriously thought that I was going to lose everything.
One sleepless night, Wesley finally made a call to Optima Tax Relief at 2 a.m.
Kind of figured I'd get a machine, but I didn't. I actually got to talk to an actual person in the middle of the night.
He found just what he was looking for.
Oh, they were great people. You need a team of people that know what they're doing. Optima Tax, they know what they're doing.
Optima Tax Relief came through with flying colors.
I saved an incredible amount of money. Happy don't even come close. I was absolutely overjoyed.
Take Wesley's advice.
If you're in any kind of trouble with the IRS, call Optima Tax Relief. Don't trust anybody else.
Call Optima for a free consultation. Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
At Skyline, senior living never sounded so good. The world feels bigger when you stay connected to ideas, to culture, to the things you love. We designed Skyline for today's older adults who celebrate life rooted in the city, not apart from it. At Seattle's only true life care community, premier music venues, museums, and culinary gems are just steps away. Urban Senior Living has an address. Discover it all at SkylineSeattle.org.
Logan Fury did something smart. He saved hundreds on auto insurance switching to Progressive. With that money, he bought a mini treadmill. Is walking on it during video conference calls more distracting than he thought? Yes. And is that because he overestimated his foot-eye coordination? Definitely. But it's Logan's savings, and if he wants to burn calories and any chance at a promotion, we say, good for you, Logan. Switch and see if you could save with Progressive and treat yourself. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Jeff's day is off to a slow start. So he heads to AutoZone, America's #1 battery destination, where Sammy, a local AutoZoner, tests his battery for free. Looks like he just needs a charge. And Sammy does that for free too. In no time at all, Jeff is back on the road, ready to finish the day strong. Free battery testing and charging at every store. No hassles, just help.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Have you ever wondered how to use your tax return to reduce future taxes? Madrona Financial's 1040 Treasure Hunt is a free hands-on workshop that shows you how to analyze your return and uncover tax savings opportunities. This free event is happening March 3rd at 6 p.m. at Madrona's Kirkland office. RSVP at 833-673-7373 or visit madronafinancial.com/events to reserve your spot today.
This is a paid advertisement. Investment
investments involve risk. See full disclosures at MadronaFinancial.com.
It's cold outside, and if you're noticing it's taking forever to heat your home, there are cold spots in certain rooms, your furnace turns off and on a lot, or it never stops, or maybe your energy bill is just way too high. These are all warning signs that your home needs a blanket. There may be something wrong with your insulation, which means not only are you uncomfortable in your own home, but you could be wasting hundreds or thousands of dollars a year in lost energy. Call Insulation Northwest today, and we'll send one of our professionals to give you a fast, free energy inspection to determine if there is a problem. And if there is a problem, we can fix it fast. Most jobs are completed in 1 day. You have nothing to lose. The inspection is free and only takes about an hour and could save you thousands. Keep the heat in, the cold out, and your energy bill low. Call Insulation Northwest today. Insulation Northwest, the real insulation company.
Please ask if you qualify for thousands of dollars of free rebates from your energy company.
InsulationNorthwest.com.
Hair Volume from New Nordic will make your hair look thick and healthy. Hair Volume is available online at Amazon and NewNordicUSA.com or in the hair care aisle at your local CVS.
As Subaru of Puyallup, enjoy a truly stress-free shopping and buying experience. Friendly experts, transparent pricing, and genuine care. During the Subaru A Lot to Love event through March 31st, enjoy extra savings. Visit your stress-free dealership today. SubaruofPuyallup.com. It's home show season. Lake Washington Windows and Doors is giving you 20% off, plus 12 months same as cash financing. Visit them at the home shows or lakewashingtonwindows.com.
All right, welcome back to the show. There was a story that we talked a little bit about yesterday. There was these security guards and also a moving crew for a company, I think, called Camelback Moving.
That's exactly right. And the security guard was working at a gas station.
Yeah.
Who had security on site, and it just so happened through grace and luck that this moving company had stopped to gas up at this particular store.
And they noticed that there was a suspicious pair that they noticed, that they at least made note of.
Because of an Amber Alert that had been sent out.
Yes.
Which
nothing suspicious about it. What would appear to be a mother and daughter.
Right, but they had seen this Amber Alert on multiple platforms with a truck description, a tag, with the description of a woman who had abducted a child, the child themselves.
So these people in Arizona opened their home up to a woman who was a transient. She was homeless. They didn't know much about her, I guess, but I don't even know how they became connected with her.
That part of the story was never really kind of fleshed out, but they had opened their home up to somebody who needed a helping hand.
They said, we have an extra room. Why don't you stay with us? And so she stays with them, and they wake up the next morning, and in the middle of the night at some point, she had gone in and taken allegedly, I guess, gone in and taken the 2-year-old and then made off with her. I assume this is going to go to court, and they're going to have to prove all these things beyond a reasonable doubt.
Yeah, so I appreciate the reason for allegedly.
I was going to say it so we don't get sued. Let's say allegedly, but wink, wink. We all get it. Allegedly. So the Amber Alert goes out. These people notice, and we actually, because it's a moving company, and companies these days tend to have cams inside their trucks to protect them from different liabilities, they have audio of these movers recognizing and trying to figure out, well, how do we stop this woman from leaving, and deciding to use their truck to block her in. I mean, it's really amazing. These guys all stepped in to do this and save this little girl's life. Listen to this.
Or should they trust your...
Oh, that's not it. Sorry, Laura. I made that same mistake yesterday. Let's see here. Here it is. I got it. All right. Moving truck guys. Here we go.
Took a picture of her, and he's like looking at her. And in the thing, it said the lady's wearing like pink pants.
The Amber Alert that went out yesterday?
Never? Yesterday? That one.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Should I block the truck?
Huh?
Should I block them?
Should block.
Texas plate.
Texas plate, what is it?
Is she a young girl?
You can't look it up of what she looks like?
Yes, I can. It's right here.
Got it?
Show me a picture, because I know what that girl looks like. She ran right past me.
Okay, hold on.
Oh my God, that's her.
Yeah?
Is it really?
Yeah, that's her. It looks like her. That's exactly what she looks like.
So it's confirmed there. They then pull their truck behind the vehicle, stop it from being able to move. Other people stop the woman, the kidnapper, and the child. They call 911. Police arrive. Child is completely unharmed.
Yeah.
I mean, it is a miracle ending to that story.
Yeah, it is.
You're gassing up at a gas station in Arizona. We've all watched the Nancy Guthrie case.
Yeah.
good luck. And you never know what could have happened. And by the grace of God, that little girl was found and unharmed. And then yesterday, the security guards and the moving crew all received recognition from the local police, and they got to take their picture, and they got some plaques and some medals.
Avondale Police Department stepped up and serving with recognition of their service to the community.
Can you imagine being in that truck and having that moment of realization? Because I've done that before when I haven't found anybody, but you're driving along the road and you see an Amber Alert on your phone or on those signs, or you see a Silver Alert. Mm-hmm. That's why they put them there, and you start looking around.
Gotcha. They work, folks.
They work.
They don't work every time, but they do work. More often than not, they work.
And then these guys look right across the parking lot, and there she is. I mean, your heart rate would go through the roof.
Well, and you mentioned that they have cameras in most of these vehicles nowadays. Most folks have a dash cam these days, but it's always pointing out. It's not pointing in.
Yeah.
But these companies, to keep their employees safe and make sure the employees are operating professionally and not goofing off.
Yeah.
But we get to be in the cab with these guys
it's
when
on
they make
the employees.
We get to be in the cab when they make this realization that this is a missing child, and they're at the right place at the right time.
Yeah.
That they get to be. We all dream of doing the right thing. Being a hero.
Sure.
When called upon, you'll step up to the occasion. These guys did it. They had the moment. I mean, and it's not like they had to tackle a bad guy or something. It was simple to, what do we do? Yeah, we blocked the truck in. Absolutely. I don't know if any of these guys were parents. The story doesn't really get into the personal details of this crew.
Given their ages and how they look, I imagine at least some, if not all, are parents.
Yeah. And when the story first broke, we're like, that's every parent's worst nightmare.
Worst nightmare.
It's one thing even when your kid goes missing. We've lost a kid for a few minutes. I conveyed a story we had in our own family.
It's the worst thing in the world. It's the worst feeling in the world.
It is. It rips you to your core.
And these parents, thankfully, they got to wake up from that nightmare and they got their kid back, which, dream come true, honestly.
And the woman who stole the child, I mean, luckily, miraculously, the woman had a good heart and a stupid mind, and if something was going wrong in her world, the kid was unharmed.
I don't know that she has a good heart. She stole a kid.
Shouldn't hurt the kid.
Don't bend over backwards. She might have been trying to traffic the kid. You don't speak on her. Don't give her anything. She stole a child.
I had to poke a hole in my rainbow, didn't you, buddy?
Of course. Oh, your rainbow should be for these guys. Do not be nice to this lady. She kidnapped a child. All right, when we come back, we have Friday Favorites. We'll be right back.
Choke Points with Chris Sullivan.
With Choke Points, we try to answer listeners' questions. It can be as simple as a neighborhood stop sign, or it can be as big as the budget for transportation. I don't care. I'll find the answer for you. It's really easy to get a hold of me at mynorthwest.com. We have a direct link there that gets right to me. You can also do it in the app. You can hit me up on the text line.
Choke Points, presented by Carter Subaru. Tuesdays and Thursdays on KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM.
You know the one question that guys hate to have asked of them by their wives, Nick?
I can take a good guess.
I know you know 100 of them. This is the worst one. Do these jeans make my butt look big?
Whoa.
Can't answer that one, right? What I've noticed is whenever you ask me questions like that, I just simply say, I don't know. What did the doctors at Longevity Medical Clinic say?
Well, the doctors at Longevity Medical Clinic would tell me that my butt looks great in those jeans now that my hormones are balanced.
What'd they do? Did they give you something to bring your weight down?
No, just a result of having my hormones balanced caused me to lose weight. Who would have known? I had no idea that would be a result of it.
So that's good. So the answer is you look great. You're beautiful.
I feel great. I look great.
Yeah.
And I know it.
I've also noticed that your testosterone makes you a little feistier than you normally are, as my beautiful Greek wife.
I might be small, but I have a loud bark.
Yes, you do. Do what Nick and I have done. Take a free health analysis at longevitymedicalclinic.com.
Your new home is now ready. D.R. Horton, America's builder, has new homes that are ready today. With new construction communities throughout the Puget Sound and Central Washington areas and more coming, D.R. Horton has the right home for you. At D.R. Horton, we're still building with more construction, more communities, and more homes available every day. Find your new home, now ready at drhorton.com. That's drhorton.com. D.R. Horton, America's builder, an equal housing opportunity builder.
The stock market was on fire in 2025 due to AI and tech stocks. Now is the time to set a strategy for 2026. It's a good opportunity to lock in those gains and invest into a stable platform. With $8 trillion in cash sitting on the sidelines, investors are either scared or unsure where to go. Hi, I'm Scott Rirucka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. Legacy Group Capital develops local real estate, lends money, and shares the profits with our investors. Diversify with Legacy Group Capital. Invest into our Northwest Fund, which is currently delivering 9% on a fixed rate term. It's our flagship fund for 19 years with zero investor losses. And yes, we do accept IRAs. Find out why 1,300 local investors have invested over $350 million.
Legacy Group Capital at legacyg.com. This is not investment advice. Investments available to accredited investors only. Details at legacyg.com.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit revivemenshealth.com.
We're the home of your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
They are bringing the Lombardi back to the Northwest.
KIRO FM and HD1 Tacoma, Seattle.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by JTV.com.
I'm Jennifer Kuiper. Ahead of a 5:01 p.m. deadline, President Trump has told the U.S. government to immediately stop using technology from the Anthropic AI company. CBS's Linda Kenyon.
The president posted on social media, quote, "We don't need it, we don't want it, and will not do business with them again," unquote. He was responding after the AI startup rejected the Pentagon's demands that it agree to an unconditional military use of an AI model known as Claude. Anthropic said it did not want its technology to be used for mass surveillance of U.S. citizens or used in fully autonomous weapon systems.
The Pentagon said it operates within the law and that suppliers cannot set terms on how their products are used. President Trump, unhappy with negotiations to end Iran's nuclear program, is considering his options, including military action.
Look, we have the greatest military anywhere in the world. There's nothing close. I'd love not to use it, but sometimes you have to.
Omani Foreign Minister Badr al-Busaidi tells Face the Nation's Margaret Brennan.
I can see that the peace deal is within our reach.
A peace deal?
Yes, is within our reach if we just allow diplomacy the space it needs to get there.
More of the conversation on Sunday's Face the Nation with Margaret Brennan. The fighting between Pakistan and Afghanistan is raising a lot of concern around the world. CBS's Cammie McCormick.
UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres is calling for a diplomatic solution, and his spokesman says years of conflict, poverty, and natural disasters have left nearly half of the population of Afghanistan in need of aid, and that would only increase if this fighting continues.
The Secretary General is deeply concerned by the escalation of violence we're seeing between Afghanistan and Pakistan and the impact that violence is having on civilian population.
The two countries have been staging cross-border attacks, but Pakistan now describes this as an open conflict.
Former President Bill Clinton testified that he did nothing wrong as he faced questions today from congressional lawmakers about his relationship with the late convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. CBS's Torian Small also reports.
Democrats on the committee want President Trump to testify.
This is not a hoax. He has not been exonerated, and we have serious questions for President Trump.
There are also bipartisan calls to hear from Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick. Lutnick has not been accused of any wrongdoing.
NASA Administrator Jared Isaacman announces a huge overhaul to its Artemis program and pushes back the timeline for landing on the moon.
You're basically pulling in Artemis 3 and recognizing just the reality that going right from a free return around the moon to landing on it is too big of a gap.
CBS.
Looking for spring jewelry looks? Find them at Jewelry Television. New customers get $20 off purchases of $99 or more at JTV.com.
Coming up, Sound Transit cracks down on copper wire thefts. That's after Nate Connors at the traffic desk.
All right, here in Seattle, North 5 at Mid-Boeing Field, a disabled vehicle is sitting on your right shoulder. Just want you to keep an eye out for it. Ahead of that, more scattered backups. Approaching the West Seattle Bridge now across the Ship Canal. It's going to take you about 25 minutes through downtown Seattle. Linwood to Seattle, 20 to 25 minutes. We've got heavy volume starting near Ravenna down into downtown. Southbound 405, it's packed from Southeast 8th and Bellevue down to Cold Creek Parkway. About 20 minutes from Bellevue into Renton. North 405, just a little crowded through the Renton S-curves. And up in Bothell, North 405 and Northeast 195th, we've got a large pothole there in the left general purpose lanes. And drivers, you aren't noticing it until the last second, so you're slamming on the brakes. So get out of that lane if you're heading that direction. Traffic is a little slow from that point past 527. Bellevue to Linwood, we're pushing 25 minutes. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon, I'm Aaron Granillo. The CEO of Sound Transit is responding to a rise in copper theft affecting light rail service. KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey reports Dow Constantine is asking prosecutors to get tougher.
A major line down for 3 hours on the day of the Seahawks Super Bowl victory parade, and just last week, another line down, all because of copper thieves. Constantine told the Sound Transit Board of Directors, enough is enough.
I've scheduled a meeting with the King County Prosecutor's Office. The prosecutor has been working over the course of more than a year on this issue, and we will be discussing the challenges and how we can continue to partner together.
A proposed bill in Olympia would require scrap yards to upload photos of any copper wire they buy into a searchable database. Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
Head of a major construction supplier is apologizing after backing Washington's Millionaire tax. H.D. Fowler chairman Jed Fowler testified in Olympia that he and people like him should pay the tax.
Investing in our communities is fundamentally pro-business.
Now, in a letter to customers, Fowler is apologizing for damaging their trust by being disconnected from their concerns. He's resigning as board chair, but will stay on as president. He will also donate nearly 10% of his salary to industry groups. Washington has the fewest police officers per capita in the nation, and as KIRO News Radio's James Lynch reports, City of Kent is looking to turn that trend around.
The Kent Police Department is the first in the state to qualify for new law enforcement funding that was allocated in House Bill 2015. Part of the funding comes from a 0.1% local sales tax, and then there's a $100 million state local law enforcement grant program. Kent Police Chief Rafael Padilla says
these are going to be highly visible, community-focused patrols like bicycle officers, and then we're going to have the opportunity to address our human trafficking unit and our drug trafficking unit.
The move will increase the number of sworn officers in Kent from 170 to 180. James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
A new adult beverage is coming exclusively to Washington State ferries. The beer comes from Yakima-based Bale Breaker Brewing Company. The West Coast IPA celebrates the ferry's 75th anniversary. The custom 16-ounce cans feature a ferry, Space Needle, and a soccer ball, a nod to this summer's World Cup matches in Seattle. Now to your weather update. We are seeing a mix of clouds and sunshine today. No rain in the forecast all the way through the weekend. Highs will be in the low 50s. Right now, 50 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
And now, it's time for the Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio with your hosts, Jake Skorheim and Spike O'Neill.
All right, welcome back to the show. I have to get on the air as quickly as possible so that Spike will stop saying inappropriate things over the commercial break that are going to get us fired, Spike.
That's why there's an on button.
I know. And an off button.
And an on button.
Yes.
Yeah.
Listen, let's move on. We have to move on.
Well, the news of the day.
There's a lot of reports going around about Bill Clinton testifying, and I mean, it's just, Spike's got some great jokes.
It just takes me back.
Takes you back to
the
time.
This president, that president right there, Bill Clinton, he bought my house. He paid for my house.
Really?
Oh,
wasn't a settlement, was it?
No. We had more fun with his presidency and his legacy.
Yeah.
Doing morning radio at a rock station, Bill Clinton was manna from heaven.
What would you?
That's for another.
Okay.
That's for another
All right.
day. When we get together with a local representative. We'll have a couple. We'll knock back a couple. Help celebrate.
If we ever have Fitzgibbon nearby.
Yeah, when we have it, we're going to have a celebratory
We'll get good
beer
liquored up
with the new father of the state's majority party. Yeah.
I'm just kidding. We wouldn't do that. Not on the air. We don't do that at work, unlike some people. I know.
No.
We have Friday favorites. We're going to talk about all these fun stuff that we looked back on the week, and our cup runneth over. There's too much stuff to talk about this week. Honestly, I could not. I picked one. I did zero in on one.
Okay.
And then I have 2 honorable mentions.
Good. Let's get to them quickly because we never have enough time to talk about the good stuff.
All right.
That goes on in the week.
Quick honorable mention. We'll do real fast. The kid who was at school. He's a kid who has special needs. He's in the middle of the school auditorium. The gymnasium. Yeah. Surrounded by all his classmates. He looks like he's probably, I would guess this is an elementary assembly.
Yeah.
So he's, somewhere between 7, 8, 9, 10 years old. He's standing at a bass drum. He's holding a mallet. A mallet.
Yeah.
And he is waiting to get applause and
time
cheers.
to shine.
It's his time to shine. Yeah. And the school does this, and it's the sweetest thing in the world. And the look on this kid's face and the cheers from his classmates is something that they will all remember for the rest of their lives. And it's so sweet, and they should be doing this at every school. I'll play it for you here. Yes. Awesome.
He's waiting for his moment, being cued by his gym teacher.
Do it, Steven. Explosion, eruption of applause.
That was I almost grabbed that one. That was almost my honorable.
I knew you would.
It was wonderful.
Wonderful. Just like 32 seconds, and it just makes you smile and brings joy to your heart. Okay, that was honorable mention number 1. Honorable mention number 2, Washington House Majority Leader Joe Fitzgibbon. I just have to play this one more time.
With that, Mr. Chair, I really want to thank you for your work, and I want to ask you to vote yes.
You vote yes, as he's trying to pass the income tax on all of you. We invited him on the show. He said he couldn't come because, actually, his spokesperson said he couldn't come because he just had a baby, and God bless him.
Today he's expecting the arrival of his new babe.
Everybody loves a baby.
Everybody's glad to see the stork. Here, stork, have a drink to the new baby. Oh, have another. Come on, bottoms up. One for the road. You gotta be social. You gotta be sociable. You just can't refuse their generous hospitality. Their hospitality. You just can't refuse them.
Oh, my gosh. So much fun. All right, let's move on to real, actual choices. Laura, do you want to start us off? What is the favorite thing of yours that we did this week?
Sure. This was like a no contest for me. Was the Canadian cheaters winning Olympic gold, and then being asked about it after their win. I can't believe their attitude towards this whole thing. It just continues to blow me away.
Well, I don't think we're a team that needs any more motivation. But when some things went down this week, and people were using some pretty outrageous words like cheating, associating that with our team. I'll guarantee you that only motivated us further to go out and prove to everyone that we're the best team, that we are also one of the best, and now at the top of the podium, and I would say the best team in the world. And that, Canada and curling in Canada is special to us. It means a lot to us. Integrity means a lot to us. And, we wanted to go out there and prove everyone wrong and rise to the top of the podium. And I will say, for anyone who called us cheaters, for anyone who said negative things about Mark Kennedy, about us, about Canada, about our families, I hope that the image of us standing on top of the podium, embracing one another, smiling ear to ear with our gold medals is burned into your brain forever.
I hope the video of us touching the stone,
poking the stone after the hard line,
your suspicions.
And those of us who had the audacity to film us cheating and call us cheaters. Good call, Laura.
Clear as day.
Seriously.
Clear as day. And then to turn around and say that the Swedish team was undermining them by
catching
getting a
them
zoom lens.
In the act?
Yeah, it was a premeditated recording of our cheating
of
ways.
us
We're the victims here.
Catching us in 4K was you premeditating us doing the thing in 4K. Like, it made no sense to me. None of this makes sense to me. I don't understand how they haven't been reprimanded by the Olympic Committee. There's an Olympic committee, right? Don't they reprimand people for these things?
And they decided to put some extra judges out there just to make sure they're not poking across the hog line in the future there.
It's just insane. You're totally right. But to take that attitude also, I mean, they're really like poking you in the eye with that same finger.
They're doubling down.
They are.
Yeah.
That's the lesson of the other.
Kind of hitting the stone over and over, past when you're supposed to.
They're double touching on this topic in a way that they should not be double touching.
Well done. Well done.
All right, Spike. That was a great. You're right. That's a very infuriating story, but it's a good one.
But and if I may, my favorite of the week also has an Olympic vibe to it because I thought it was just such a wonderful representation of the Olympics. The 2026 Winter Olympics were such a wonderful representation of what sports brings to our lives, to our communities, to our country.
Yeah.
Whether it was the overtime golden goals from the U.S. women's hockey team, from the men's hockey team.
Yeah.
The first singles individual gold in women's figure skating in 22 years.
Unbelievable.
I mean, just wonderful performances by the U.S. Olympians.
Golden performances.
Absolutely. But there was somebody that we didn't get. We talked about this off air and we had it ready to go, but we didn't get a chance to get to it.
Oh,
there was so much glory.
I love it.
Mike Trico, sports announcer. Mike Trico broadcast, by the way, Seahawks Super Bowl win.
Mm-hmm.
And a week later.
Then flew out the next day. He flew to Italy.
Yes, the next day he's in Italy.
Yeah.
A week later, he's wrapping up the Olympics after the gold medal win, the overtime win for the men on Sunday to wrap up the Olympics. And his closing message to his television audience, I thought, was some of the greatest broadcasting.
Let's play it, and then let's talk about why you loved it so much. Let's play this here.
What you saw today was the build of a generation, inspired perhaps by that team that lost in 2010 in Vancouver to the Sidney Crosby golden goal in overtime, or the team where TJ Oshie had all those shootout goals in 2014. That's when these guys were doing what you're doing, watching on TV, and they were young, and they were living the dream. So for all the young people out there, not just the hockey, but all the Olympics you've watched, those dreams are formed now. Go chase them and go get them, because our country loves sports and it brings us together unlike anything else. And if you didn't know that, if you haven't been watching the last 2 weeks, you saw it in Team USA Hockey, winning the gold over their arch rival Canada here in Milan to wrap up these 25th Olympic Winter Games.
What a beautiful speech.
Right? He encapsulated the value of sports.
Yeah.
To individuals, to communities, to countries, to humanity.
Yeah.
To Laura's point, fair competition, the merit-based wins.
And I like how he highlighted when Team USA did not have success.
Right.
And sometimes it's those moments that burn into your brain, and those are the things that drive you forward.
Yes,
like he's talking about when
Sidney
Crosby did that
wins.
back in 2010. Which would have been 16 years ago. So the guys that are in the Olympics this year, they would have been just little kids.
That's what I love, the connection. These guys were sitting on their couches watching, like you are at home today.
Yeah.
The next generation of gold medal winners watched that and heard him say that and realized, why not me?
And then they got active and they started playing the game. I told you guys at the time about that tweet that resurfaced that somebody had posted in 2012. And it would have been right around that time that Trico's talking about. And he noticed, this guy who watches hockey, he noticed that youth signups for hockey in the U.S., there was 100,000 kids under the age of 8 who were signed up and playing hockey. And that's we're not a hockey playing nation, really.
Canada.
We are. We're the best in the world.
Yeah.
Because we're Americans, so we dominate. We won in 80. We won in, this year. And what was the year prior?
60?
Was it 60?
Yeah.
So obviously, a lot of hockey talent, but there was a run there for a while where they did not win for 40-something years.
46 years.
And he noted in 2012, he said there's more than 100,000 kids signed up under 8s right now. And those kids, he said, watch out 2016. Those guys are 2026. Those guys are going to be competing in 14 years in the Olympics, and they're going to be dominant. Because he said the talent in the under 8s was so intense.
Yeah, and you're going to see the same thing this year. You're going to see an avalanche
100%.
Of youth hockey.
Yes.
And that's not uncommon. You remember when the U.S. women won the World Cup?
Oh, yeah, with Brandy
Chastain.
Chastain, yeah.
Mia Hamm, great team.
Where she took her shirt off?
Yes.
I remember that one.
The sports bra, iconic moment.
Mm-hmm.
The sign-ups,
I tend to remember stuff like that.
The sign-ups for youth soccer in America, especially among girls,
yeah,
through the roof. And the benefits are being felt by this generation today.
Yeah, absolutely.
So thank you, Mike Trico, for doing your job.
Good job, Mike Trico.
Impeccable work.
All right, somebody who didn't do such a great job. Let's switch over to Bill Gates. This was my story that I want to talk about this week.
Okay, that's fair.
That's a fair criticism, right?
Totally. You kidding me? Yeah.
I think it's a fair criticism. If you're listening, Mr. Gates, listen, what can I say? This was a bonehead move. Shouldn't have done this.
Now, which one? The mea culpa or the original bonehead?
The original sin.
The double tap.
No, I can't. I'm not going to.
I
can't give him credit for the mea culpa because.
Oh, hell no.
He should be apologizing anyway if you do something bad. Just don't do the bad thing in the first place.
Right.
So Bill Gates, there was a story going around about a month and a half ago. It was a wild accusation. Nobody could even believe it. They went, oh my gosh, that's crazy. There was headlines. Melinda Gates was actually asked about it, which I'm going to play you about in just a second. But there was this allegation that Bill Gates had sought advice through Jeffrey Epstein to get access to somebody who could give him STD pills that he then could surreptitiously pass along to his wife Melinda without her knowing in case he gave her an STD. Now, at the time, everybody went, well, that's insane. There's no way that that's real. Now, we still don't know if that story is true, but given what Bill Gates just admitted to at a recent Gates Foundation company meeting, I'll let you be the judge of whether or not you think that story has some more viability. But here's what happened at a recent company meeting. He was meeting with the Gates Foundation that Melinda's no longer a part of. She totally withdrew, and she's no longer connected as of 2024, I believe, after their divorce. He's meeting with the foundation staff, and somebody in the staff apparently asked him about any possible connections to Epstein. Now, I would ask you this question. Somebody who's as powerful as Bill Gates, right? You're at your own foundation, which is funded by you, by your largesse, which is, I'm not going to take away from the good stuff that they've done. They've done great things.
Absolutely.
Doesn't mean that, people can make mistakes and still do great things. I'm not saying that they can't. But do you think that the person who asked the question, do you believe that that was just an intrepid young employee who wanted to know and hold their boss accountable? Or was somebody asked to ask that question?
I've become cynical in my older years. It's just a lesson beaten into us to be cynical, to sometimes expect the worst of people because that's what bears out to be the truth.
Well, it's also just practical experience. If you and I were in a business where one of our higher-ups was alleged to have done something ridiculous and stupid.
Or that kind of thing that everybody talks about behind the scenes. Nobody says out
Which
loud.
is real. That's a culture.
Right?
People really do talk like that.
Yes, they do.
But they don't voice it in a company meeting.
And to your original question, there's no way that was an unscripted question.
No way.
To the big kahuna.
Yeah. I mean, that's our opinion.
Way.
But no way. So somebody asked him about his connection to Epstein. And then Bill Gates apologizes and admits he said that he had 2 affairs with Russian women while married to his wife, Melinda French Gates, now his ex-wife. He says that he had spent time with Epstein. He says he never flew on his private plane, and he says he never went to the island. And he also says, to make sure, so people know, he says he didn't do anything illicit. He was never connected with any of the allegations of younger women. But he did say that he had affairs with 2 women who he says were, one was a...
You can never...
I can never remember this because it's so fancy.
Because it's a nuclear physicist.
A Russian nuclear physicist lady.
And out of a Bond movie.
The other one was he a chess player?
Playing bridge.
Bridge player.
He was in a bridge tournament.
A bridge tournament.
Just like the cut of your hand there, ma'am.
Yes. So take that with a grain of salt for what it's worth.
Well, and he was caught the first time he ever had an affair.
Right. Also, yes.
Yeah.
Great question.
Yeah. Everybody gets caught the first time they do anything wrong.
And then when he was asked, this is the other crazy part of the story. He was also asked, apparently at the same company meeting, whether or not he had any interest in buying the Seahawks, because that idea, the Seahawks announced right after the Super Bowl that they were for sale. People have been floating around, well, how many people with deep Seattle ties can write a check for $8 billion? His name is obviously on that very short list. So somebody asked him, and he said, no. What was his, I'm paraphrasing here, but he basically said, no, I'm not interested in buying the team. They only have men on that team.
Yeah, well, what
was that? I got to pull it up.
Yeah, they don't have, they're all guys.
They're all guys on that team.
I don't want to paraphrase it wrongly.
Let me find this. Bill Gates, Seattle. Oh my gosh, this was great. And okay, I'm going to play you Melinda Gates' response when she was asked about the idea that he was feeding her secret STD medicine or something. This is a crazy thing that she even had to respond to, by the way. But this was her response, and then I'll give you the Bill Gates thing on the other side.
The emails in the files suggest that Bill Gates had additional affairs and that he tried to get medication to treat a sexually transmitted infection, and that he was going to give you the medicine without you knowing. His representative has said all of this is false. It is not on you to have to respond to the details of that alleged behavior, but I wonder what your dominant emotion is when you read these news articles with these details.
Sad. Just unbelievable sadness. Unbelievable sadness, right? And again, I'm able to take my own sadness and look at those young girls and say, my God, how did that happen to those girls, right? And so
I don't even want to play this whole clip. It's making me sad listening to it. I got to say, she's handled this whole thing with like so much decorum.
Classy individual, absolutely.
She should buy the team.
That's why we said first out of the gate, first one thing. No pun intended.
Here's what Bill Gates said at his foundation thing when asked about the Seahawks. He said, "I noticed they only have men on their team, and I'm not sure I can go with that." Huh? Let's say, just if not the answer I would give.
I don't think it was
just a no would suffice.
Comedic nod to DEI. What is support? What is? I don't know what that is. I don't know.
What the what?
Yeah.
All right. Well. Listen, people make mistakes. People make mistakes.
Some of them a lot.
Some of them.
Some of them don't
more
learn.
Than they should. Yeah. Yes. All right. We got a lot more coming up. Stick around. We're going to be right back.
This hour is brought to you by Davis Law Group.
The John Curley Show.
When people sit there and they see people with the American flag and they're utterly disgusted because they associate the flag and USA with Donald Trump, don't do that. You're doing yourself an amazing disservice.
Weekdays 3 to 7.
You could dislike Donald Trump, but you can still love America. It's like discounting Photograph from Nickelback, which is actually a pretty good song. Think of the fact that you love this country, and what you love about it is it's inclusive. Good. Include others.
Watch The John Curley Show live on YouTube.
We just want to have enough money for retirement.
And travel to visit our grandchildren.
I understand. That's why at Fisher Investments, we start by getting to know each other, so I can learn about your family, lifestyle, goals and needs, allowing us to tailor your portfolio.
What about commission-based products?
We don't sell those. We're a fiduciary, obligated to act in your best interest.
So how do your management fees work?
We have a simple management fee based on the value of your portfolio, so we do better when you do better.
We appreciate that kind of transparency.
We also check in with you regularly to keep you up to date on the markets and your portfolio.
Well, what other services do you offer?
As a client, you have access to resources on investing, financial planning, estate planning, Social Security, Medicare, and more.
Wow, sounds like Fisher Investments has everything we need.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Westlake Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell, definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit info kit. 800-290-7100. That's 800-290-7100.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. Getting a flu shot helps us stay healthy, so we don't miss out on what matters. Like that family movie night your daughter can't live without. Yeah, can't do that. Every year, millions of people in the U.S. get the flu. Especially now, no one has time to miss out on moments that matter. So get your flu shot. Find out more at getmyflushot.org. Brought to you by the AMA, CDC, and the Ad Council.
Have you ever wondered how to use your tax return to reduce future taxes? Madrona Financial's 1040 Treasure Hunt is a free hands-on workshop that shows you how to analyze your return and uncover tax savings opportunities. This free event is happening March 3rd at 6 p.m. at Madrona's Kirkland office. RSVP at 833-673-7373 or visit madronafinancial.com/events to reserve your spot today.
This is a paid advertisement. Investments involve risk. See full disclosures at madronafinancial.com.
Hi, I'm Dr. Shelley Flace with today's tip for kids from the American Academy of Pediatrics. The nicotine in e-cigarettes is addictive and can harm brain development. That's why I worry about teens who try e-cigarettes. Many young people use pod-based e-cigarettes like Juul, which have high levels of nicotine. And because teens' brains are still developing, they can quickly become addicted. The tobacco industry uses fruit and candy flavors to attract young people, often turning them into lifelong users. For more, visit healthychildren.org.
Have something to say? We'd love to hear it. Text KIRO News Radio at 888-973-KIRO. That's 888-973-5476. Powered by Muckleshoot Casino Resort.
Fresh food comes from local farms. Check the package. For the best for your family, choose locally fresh Wilcox Family Farms eggs. And for eggs with 3 times the omega-3, choose Wilcox Omega-3 eggs. Wilcox Family Farms, locally fresh since 1909.
You took the first step and quit smoking, but even former smokers may still be at risk for lung cancer. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know about a new low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early. It takes only 60 seconds and could save your life. You took the first step, now take the next. Visit SaveByTheScan.org for a simple quiz to see if you're eligible and talk to your doctor about screening. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
For nearly 50 years, over 90,000 homeowners have trusted Home Comfort Alliance, including me. John Curley here. Save up to $2,000 on new heating and cooling systems. Free consultation at homecomfortalliance.com. For comfort, call the comfort people. homecomfortalliance.com.
It's a great time to visit Subaru of Puyallup during the Subaru A Lot to Love event for extra savings through March 31st. Visit your stress-free dealership, SubaruofPuyallup.com.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granillo. Former President Bill Clinton tells members of the House Oversight Committee he did nothing wrong and saw no signs of Jeffrey Epstein's sexual abuse. Washington Democrats' Emily Randall is a member of that committee.
President Clinton, in his opening statement, said that America was built on the idea that no person is above the law, even presidents, especially presidents. And the Democratic members of the Oversight Committee feel the same.
CBS's Katrina Kaufman has more.
What House Democrats are hoping is that this will set a precedent that will ultimately force President Donald Trump to testify. They say that ultimately they feel the wrong president is being deposed here.
And today's closed-door deposition marks the first time a former president has been compelled to testify to Congress. That proposed millionaire's tax has advanced out of a key House committee today. Not without some changes, though. KIRO 7 TV's Lindsay Sheldon explains.
The current bill removes the sales tax you pay on personal hygiene products like sunscreen and deodorant. And today, lawmakers added diapers to that list. One proposal would have changed the tax to per individual instead of per household. That means, for example, a husband and wife could both earn $1 million a year and not pay the tax. That amendment failed.
And so did the amendment that would have put the tax before voters. A full House votes could come next week. The recent admission of drinking on the job by a state lawmaker sparks new claims that many in Olympia vote on key bills while under the influence. KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey has more.
Representative Michelle Valdez tells Seattle Red 770 AM many lawmakers drink alcohol waiting in their offices for a vote where alcohol is actually not allowed.
A lot of offices have alcohol in them, and we'll hang out and a lot of people will have a drink. Some people will have more drinks.
House Majority Leader Joe Fitzgibbon apologized for drinking before Wednesday's committee meeting, saying he made a poor choice and is disappointed in himself. Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
Let's go now to the real-time traffic desk. Check in with Nate Connors.
All right, it's starting to get busy out there, Aaron. This report brought to us by D.R. Horton. Let's start right here in Seattle. North 5, scattered backups approaching the West Seattle Bridge across the Ship Canal. 25 minutes through downtown Seattle. South 5, we're heavy now from the Ship Canal Bridge to I-90. It's a 20-minute trip trip from Linwood to Seattle. Not bad. Both lake bridges continue to flow freely. Westbound 520 gets thick just past Montlake Boulevard. Westbound 90 just past Bellevue Way. We've got a disabled vehicle blocking your right lane. South 405 is packed from Southeast 8th to Cold Creek. Another thick backup in South Center, 20 minutes from Bellevue into Renton. North 405 is heavy through the S-curves in Renton. In Bothell, we've got a big old pothole north 405 and Northeast 85th in the left general purpose lane. So if you're heading that direction, get out of that lane. And in Lakewood, we've got a new crash, South 5 at South 84th. This crash blocks the right lane. D.R. Horton has new homes and communities across Puget Sound and Central Washington ready for you. Visit drhorton.com. America's builder, an equal housing opportunity builder. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Mostly cloudy today. Right now, the Puget Sound region in the midst of a bit of a dry spell. We'll see some clouds and sunshine this weekend, but staying dry with highs in the low to mid-50s. Right now, 52 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Gradillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
All right, welcome back to the show. Man, everything is changing with AI, Spike. Every single thing in the world is going to be touched by this. We were telling you earlier that priests just got admonished by their boss,
His
the
Holiness.
Pope.
You bet.
Yeah, their boss called them
using
into their
AI
office.
to write your sermons.
He said, "Get into my office,
guys. What are we going to do here? I asked so little."
The Lord,
the Lord.
Come on, guys.
Come on,
guys.
You guys.
AI.
Are you kidding me with this?
AI guys. Come on. Priests are using AI to write their homilies. What the heck?
You think
that's what the Pope said? They came in and he looked at them and he goes, "What the heck?
What the heck?
He's not gonna say hell.
Guys.
What the heck, guys?
Give a Pope a break, will you?"
I love your Pope impression. It's my favorite. But also at Burger King, not just priests, but also Burger King.
No, there are some jobs I just can't do, right?
Yeah.
Like Burger King.
Like people at Burger King, taking your order at Burger King drive-thru. Well, if you thought those jobs were safe, let me tell you what, buddy, you're wrong. You're not going to be safe from those jobs.
Yeah, Burger King is experimenting with artificial intelligence in its communication systems for workers.
At least they're doing it in a cute way.
Is that cute? Is that
voice-enabled chatbot? It's listening to them, make sure they say please and thank you.
Well, yeah.
You know what their chatbot's called?
No.
Patty. I'm not joking. That's what it's called.
Like a burger patty.
Like a burger patty.
No, that's
not a
genius.
joke.
No,
That's
genius.
Actually what they're calling it.
I bet AI come up with that.
They have a BK assistant platform called Patty, and it will help employees with meal preparation. So if you have any issues, it's AI. It's going to help. Like, yeah, you put a pickle on that bun or whatever.
It listens to employees.
Listens.
They welcome. They say please. They say thank you.
Yeah.
Do they try to upsell?
Which, I got to say, fast food is becoming very quickly a thing that people are willing to go without. Times are tight for a lot of people. There's a lot of people who don't have extra spending. We saw that Wendy's is shutting down a bunch of locations.
Yeah. See where Burger King, though, said they not Burger King, I'm sorry, we're talking Burger King, but McDonald's announced they're having a bit of an uptick in sales because they've reintroduced value menu items.
Well, yeah.
And deal menu items.
Price is everything.
Price is everything.
The reason you want to go to a fast food restaurant is because it's cheap and it's fast. And when it's expensive and slow, you don't have a reason to go.
I told you I took my kid to a drive-thru.
That's a saying, by the way.
I told you I took my kid to a drive-thru McDonald's, a burger, fries, and a shake. Take a guess.
I mean, I could probably guess pretty closely because I frequent McDonald's.
I'll be fair.
Okay.
We got a quarter pounder with cheese.
Okay.
But my kid wanted to specialize. They added bacon to it.
Okay. So the bacon quarter, is it the quarter pounder or the double quarter pounder?
It's just a regular quarter pounder with cheese.
Regular quarter pounder with cheese with bacon, which is an additional thing. I think the sandwich alone on that's probably going to be $7.89. But are getting it in a meal?
Nope. Individual, because there was no
individual.
Meal option.
Let's call it with bacon, $8.50. And then what else are they getting?
Fries, regular fry.
Regular fry, which you can get a small one on the value menu, but it was just regular fry.
Regular fry.
Okay, regular fry, $2.39. So now we're over $10, and then the shake. That's where they get you.
Well, they get you. I found out they get you with every single fry has a surcharge on it, I think. But
really?
Go on.
All right. Right now in my head, we're at $15.45.
$21.30.
$21.30.
I swear to you, they charge $3 for adding bacon to the $8
for a meal.
$8 quarter pounder with cheese. Plus
what
a $3
kind of country
surcharge.
are we living in?
Fries were over $5 for a regular fry at McDonald's, and the shake was almost $7. I'm not kidding.
That's insanity.
Yeah, $21.
Thank you. That's insane.
For a
That's
burger,
a lot of money.
For a burger, fries, and a shake.
When I was growing up, you could get all of that for that's a $5 meal.
Sure. You ever see the movie with Ray Kroc?
Yes.
Right? The Michael Keaton movie?
Yep.
He gives him 50 cents and gets change.
Exactly.
Right?
He says, well, where's utensils?
Yeah.
Oh, you eat it like that, sir.
Just throw it away.
Where can I go eat it?
Where do you want to eat it? It's not just, what do I care where you eat it?
On a bench?
You're blocking the line. What do I care? That's what you'd get today. But not at Burger King. Because they're listening to every word you say.
Patty is listening to you at Burger King. I think this is actually, I don't like a lot of AI intrusion. In fact, a lot of times I feel like it's just training how to cut people out of jobs. I don't like AI intrusion. I don't. I am still one of those people who's nervous about it as a Terminator.
Corporate Burger King, when asked about this, they said it's not about tracking individual employees. It's a coaching tool.
Yeah, sure. It's not.
We're not keeping individual scores or enforcing scripts. It's about reinforcing great hospitality and giving managers helpful, real-time insights so they can recognize their teams more effectively.
They do need to do a better job about being. There are certain places that you can go, certain fast food restaurants, where they are top-notch service with smiley faces.
Yeah.
And they always call me sir, which is nice.
Please and thank you.
Please and thank you.
You bet.
They always say, have a fantastic day.
Yeah.
Those are little extra things that they're coached into saying. And if it takes AI to get somebody to say that, I'm fine with it.
And that's what they're saying is reminding, tracking people, hey, remember to say, and actually Patty knows when the soda machine is low on Diet Coke and can let the manager know in his headset.
See, and that's the thing that causes slowdowns, which deters people from going to a restaurant. I'll be honest. I have had experiences at certain fast food restaurants.
In the drive-thrus or inside?
In the drive-thru where you order food and then they go, you know what, you got to pull forward to another place because we're making
now have
your stuff.
17 waiting spaces now because we can't get an order together in 3 minutes anymore.
And I'm like, listen, when I saw Ray Kroc do this in the movie 50 years ago, you could just stick it in a bag and put it in my hand.
What happened to the Speedy system? Did you guys forego that?
Yes, it seems. And not only McDonald's, but also from Burger King. I've sat in Burger King lines before a really long time, and I'm going, what is the deal, folks? And it's all about making sure that they're not wasting time doing stupid things. And if AI steps in and says the drink machine needs to be refilled.
Manager knows ahead of time, boom.
Or the ice cream maker. Why is the ice cream maker always down? Every time you go anywhere, can I get a McFlurry or let me get a Burger King milkshake? Yeah. Sorry, the ice cream maker's down.
Ice cream maker's down, yeah. That's kind of a running joke. There are two working in the country. They should be there are 2 working ice cream machines at McDonald's today. One's in Topeka, Kansas.
In the country.
One is in Flint.
That's what it seems like. So AI chatbot Patty. We have an AI listening thing here. His name is Mike. He listens to everything we say.
Sorry. I was going to say, well, our boss doesn't have to monitor what we say. We broadcast it into our boss's office.
We do.
Are we stupid?
Yeah. Yes, we are. And as soon as we do something that is perceived as wrong, instantly we get feedback, which is we'll get 1,000 text messages from people
from
who
the
just
audience.
be like,
You bet.
listen,
Yes,
you need to be
absolutely.
playing more audio of House Majority Leader Joe Fitzgibbon being drunk.
Yeah.
Play more of it, they say. And I say,
And
no.
that's our own AI. We call that actual intelligence. Our own form of AI.
Perfect.
It's biologically based. It's human based.
It's human based.
Yeah.
They have had, what is it called when the AI becomes
Sentient.
aware? Sentient.
Yeah, our audience, our audience is sentient.
Our audience is sentient.
I think it's a reach, but okay. You're being generous.
I don't know why sentient sounds like a sexy word, doesn't it?
Sensual.
Sentient. Oh, because it's sensual.
I learned that in Animal House.
Sensual?
People are sensuous. I got it backwards now. Right? Remember when otters in the produce with Mrs. Wormer?
No. Sentient or sensual?
Sensuous and sensual. She teaches them the difference between sensuous and sensual.
Was she like a good-looking older lady?
She was a cougar, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Mrs. Wormer was a cougar.
You see that story in Bellingham of those cougars wandering around the neighborhood?
Sure we do.
The animals, not the women.
I'm not making that joke.
But the animals.
I made that joke off air. Remember on.
There you go.
I'm learning.
All right. What should we do next? Should we do text messages?
We should read text and get out of Dodge.
Let's let the people speak.
We should give John Crowley the mic.
Let's hear.
Let's have someone who knows what
let's
to
hear
do
from
with it.
our sensual audience.
Sentient.
When we come back.
Actual intelligence.
Just pure sensual texts. Coming back. We'll be right back.
KIRO News Radio, the first place you turn for the news you trust.
Seattle's new mayor is laying out a big vision.
She offered few specifics.
Engaging conversation.
Has anybody noticed their electric bill? It's diabolical, Ursula.
And your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
They are bringing the Lombardi back to the Northwest.
Streaming everywhere on the KIRO News Radio app. Always here, always with you. KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM.
Jackson Hewitt knows taxes are complicated, and with multiple jobs and tax forms, they're like Sonata complicated. Our no surprise pricing keeps things simple. Jackson Hewitt does your taxes for only $149 or less. And since we know all the new tax codes, you could get thousands back. So what are you waiting for? Hurry. File with Jackson Hewitt today for only $149 or less, guaranteed. Limited time offer for new clients on federal returns. Participating locations only. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com/149.
Jane Dawson did something smart. She saved hundreds on auto insurance switching to Progressive. With the money she saved, she got herself a pricey bird feeder with an ultra-high-def camera. Should Jane have just bought a regular bird feeder? Yes. Is it hard for her to admire nature when the camera doubles as the bird's potty? Also, yes. But it's Jane's savings, and if she wants to spend her time watching the digestive habits of the white-breasted nuthatch, we say you go, girl. Switch and see if you could save with Progressive and treat yourself. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit info kit. 800-290-7100. That's 800-290-7100.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. Nick, did you know this is called quit time? Did you know what that is?
I do not know.
That means right about this time of the year, people quit their New Year's resolutions.
Oh, kind of like last year.
Okay, never mind. The important thing is that both of us made a New Year's resolution that we would take better care of ourselves for each other. And we're holding to that.
We are not flaming out because...
Longevity Medical Clinic. So we get the support of Longevity. We told them what our goals were, and they're like, absolutely, we'll get you in line. So they support me, they support you, and then as a couple, they're making us accountable for the decisions we make. So we're not going to be quitting on these things. I can't remember what your New Year's resolution was around the house.
My New Year's resolution around the house was that I was going to try to get you to start putting things away.
And I was going to get you to actually learn how to cook a piece of chicken.
Oh, well, that's for next year.
Okay, fine. Either way, we've got a team behind us. Do what Nick and I have done. Take a free health analysis at lmclinic.com. That's lmclinic.com.
I'm worried.
About what?
Water.
Oh?
Hot water, if you really want to know.
Water heater worries?
Worried it's wearing down.
Running out?
The hot doesn't last like it used to.
So you're...
Worried.
I got a guaranteed fix.
Let me guess. A new water heater.
Right, but...
That's what worries me.
Well, worry no more.
Why?
What you need is an Apollo Plumbing water heater.
Because?
We include Wrenchy's worry-free warranty.
Wrenchy's what?
Worry-free warranty.
Which means?
When it wears out, we replace it.
No extra charge.
As an A-List Club member, you're covered for life.
For life?
For as long as you're an A-List member. You get annual life-extending water heater flushes included.
So it lasts longer.
Right.
And when it needs replacement,
you're covered.
With no worries.
Because it's Wrenchy's
worry-free warranty.
What else would you expect from the Ready Right Now plumbers?
Apollo Plumbing.
Home of Wrenchy's worry-free warranty.
What about tankless ones?
Worry-free too.
Gotta love that Wrenchy.
ApolloPlumbing.com.
Let's talk about your hair. Well, maybe after we talk about my hair. I've got great hair, as you know, and it's because of Advanced Hair. Yep, Advanced Hair Restoration. Their simple one-day treatment offers life-changing results that I can attest to. Guys, it's not magic, but it's close to it. They put hair where you need it most, and bam, it grows. It's actual science. Advanced Hair has top-rated physicians, modern technology, and best of all, you get your very own natural hair that begins to regrow the very next day. It's even guaranteed to grow for life. So schedule your free consultation now at 425-449-8185. Mention Curly to qualify for $250 off and $250 free hair grafts. It's a limited time offer. Advanced Hair, the winner of the 425 Business of the Year, and the team that gave me my hair back. More importantly, they'll do the same for you, guaranteed. 425-449-8185 or advancedhair.com.
Active Liver from New Nordic protects your liver so you can enjoy life to the fullest. Online at Amazon or in stores at CVS, Wegmans, and now GNC.
Best Mortgage is proud to be the longest-running mortgage company on KIRO Radio. For 34 years, they've been giving honest advice you can trust as your VA loan and reverse mortgage experts and debt consolidation specialists, too. Just web search Best Mortgage.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
All right, welcome back to the show. We got so many text messages. They're very, very funny. So let's just jump right into them. Laura, go for it.
Yeah, you guys were debating parks versus country clubs at the beginning of the show. 360 says parks don't have beers.
360, you need to park better,
I would disagree
my friend.
with you.
What are you doing this weekend? On Stolen Goats, Bushel and B. Robin Lake Stevens says Grand Theft Goat.
Yeah, that's what it seems like. Thank you, Rob.
Okay.
Like Grand Theft Auto.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I got it.
I think Spike
How much
didn't
were
get
the
it.
goats worth? I'm thinking Grand Theft is $1,000, right? Yeah.
Is it 1,000?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's grand larceny.
I thought it was
yeah.
5.
5,000?
I don't know. One of them's a federal crime. But
The fact that we don't know is a good sign.
Grand Theft Goat.
Speaks to our integrity.
Candy from Green Apple Alpacas says goats can eat pine trees. They love blackberries, and they cannot have rhododendrons.
Why? Because it's a state flower? Do they know? Does somebody tell them?
They also are not allowed to eat
protected
eagles.
flower. They can't eat eagles.
Don't feed your goat eagles.
On the Kent School District trying and failing to lay off teachers, Sharon Puyallup says, info about state district salaries is available at fiscal.wa.gov. K-12 public schools, the salaries are beyond what anyone would expect.
Yes, Sherry, thank you. I did. Yeah, I pointed this out earlier.
Well, I was taken surprised. I'll not say,
Oh, I get what you're saying. You expect them to be high.
I do. I want our teachers to be among the highest paid civil employees. Absolutely. I want to get what I want to get what your money's. I want you to get your money's worth.
You'd be shocked at how much the administrators are making.
You've brought that up. I mean teachers.
In Kent, for instance.
Yeah, I think teachers are paid higher than administrators. I really do.
Over 41,000 of them. Over 41 of them make over $200K. The top one is their superintendent making over $400,000. And we looked this up because Kent's facing a $30 million budget shortfall, and they wanted to lay off some teachers because they just can't afford them. And then the teachers union and some of the parents got together, and now the Kent's saying, whoa, we're not going to fire anybody. We'll just have a huge deficit.
We'll punt for a year.
Yeah.
Kick the can down the track.
Hoping that people will retire.
Yeah.
You looked it up and found out what their
Between 55 and 60 was what the information I found regarding the Kent school.
No, their yearly budget. What's the school district budget? Wasn't it almost $600 million?
It's over $6, like $640 maybe $million, somewhere in the ballpark.
A lot of money.
A couple hours
A lot of
ago.
dough.
Yeah.
All right, Heidi in Everett says cameras in classrooms. Dory said it 10 years ago. Yeah, because you had suggested this, Spike. Just put cameras in classrooms.
Cameras in the classrooms. Those nanny
judge
cams,
the teachers.
Right?
Well, they're even better now. You could do AI cameras in classrooms that are looking for certain words.
Ooh. Well, I don't really care about looking for certain words. I'm just saying that, like...
Welcome to school. How are you doing?
Yeah, I mean, it's nice.
Thanks for not hitting your seatmate.
Math.
Yeah. People are going to say that there's privacy issues, which I understand, but what you could do is you could just make them available. Like, there are... When people take kids to daycares, or sometimes even doggy daycares have these, for people who attend, they have links available so that you can check in on what your kids and stuff are doing or what your pets are doing.
Yeah.
They can do something similar, and only the parents in the classroom have that available, so it's not like a bunch of weirdos out there.
I would think that's not too much to ask to make sure your kids are getting the good education that we're paying for.
Could cut down on the whole phones debate too, with parents wanting their kid to have a phone during class.
Get phones
right?
out of classes for sure. Yeah.
On Rep Fitzgibbon drinking before a House committee meeting. We don't have to say allegedly, right? Because he apologized for doing it.
No, he says he did it. Yeah.
Sarah in the 360 says some of those offices have full bars. It's not as bad as it used to be, but it's true. I've been lobbying for 15 years.
Wow.
That's an allegedly, but.
Well,
or witness testimony, maybe.
Is that how they move? Is that how they move things through?
Liquor's a lubricant. I'm telling you, it is, man.
Whip those votes.
253 says, no wonder why the bill to lower the blood alcohol level didn't go anywhere this year. It should be illegal to have booze in the Capitol, let alone vote on stuff. He wrote Bo, I think he's been drinking already. Vote on stuff while having a drink or two.
That's a good question. If they are drunk when they're voting on these very pivotal bills that are going to change the course of our state, shouldn't that be illegal to vote when drunk?
Well, at least lower that level to 0.05. Let me drive at 0.08, but you can't vote past 0.05.
I think that's a smart idea. Absolutely. Let's see here. Let's do
Burger King AI.
Should we do Burger King AI?
Okay.
On Burger King AI, Marguerite and Lacey says the Wendy's in Bremerton is 100% an artificial intelligence experience when ordering in the drive-thru. I've wondered about this before. I've gone through some of these where I feel like it's not the person that I then pay at the window. Because it used to be, you'd see that person.
Talk to the kid. The kid, that's,
and then you go like, hey, buddy, good job. Or you don't comment in any way.
Sure.
But I've heard a voice where it seems very helpful. And they get my order right every time. And I think about it.
That can't be a teenager.
That's a mistake.
They don't go, what did you say?
Yeah. So I think it might be AI.
No, I wanted ketchup.
Yeah.
Diana says,
Diana
Seattle says, if you want to freak out about fast food prices, go to Subway. They have gotten super expensive.
Tell you what, some of these franchise, like some of these food places, it seems like they're on a doom loop. They just keep raising prices.
Yeah, because
quality doesn't seem to be getting better.
That's right.
All right. Well, hey, we're not going to fix everything today, but we'll keep trying. And so tune back in next week, and we'll have a lot more fun. John Curley's coming up next. You're going to enjoy that, and then go off and have yourself a weekend. And if you guys are not doing anything this weekend, you have. I want to promote this one more time.
Please.
It's the 20th anniversary of the King of Kong, and at the North Bend Theater.
Yes.
And we posted on this on our Instagram or Facebook page or Twitter page where you can get tickets. But I'm going to be there hosting an event for them.
Now 7 o'clock is that the
7
start
o'clock is
time
the showing,
for the movie?
and then a Q&A with the King of Kong people afterwards.
Okay, perfect.
And it should be fun. So
great town, great theater, great movie.
Such a cool theater too.
All right. Popcorn in the state. I'll say it again. I'll
have
die on
a
that
great
hill.
weekend, everyone. We'll see you back here next week. Bye bye.
What if you could have the most reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi? And get this, what if you could keep it at the same price for 5 years? That's the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. 5 years of Wi-Fi that boosts speeds to the devices that need them most, that finds and fixes problems before you even notice them, like super intelligent Wi-Fi with a 6th sense, and that keeps you gaming in the fast lane, even when the whole family is banking on bandwidth. All your devices working in perfect harmony for 5 whole years. And here's the best part. No annual contracts, no hidden fees, and our best equipment included.
Plus, get online in no time with same-day Wi-Fi.
Hey, let's face it, a lot can change in 5 years. Kids grow taller, dreams grow bigger, but your Wi-Fi, it would stay reliable and the price would stay put. The Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities. Xfinity. Imagine that.
Select plans only. Restrictions apply. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA Fixed Broadband Experience Report, May 2025. Actual speeds vary. Xfinity Internet powered by fiber and connected to the premises by coaxial cable.
From whiplash to herniated discs, there are a few car accident injuries we've all heard of. JP Pendergast with Pendergast Law explains that even the most common injuries differ from one another.
Pre-existing conditions, health history, beginning of treatment. There are hundreds of factors that make every person and every injury unique. While these variables aid medical treatment, the strongest case recoveries must also take them into account.
Could you explain a little bit more?
Our team at Pendergast Law is obsessed with turning over every stone to differentiate each case. This requires thorough investigation, diligent listening, and relentless research. We never pursue cases with a one-size-fits-all approach. We built our success by treating every injury and every case with the individualized attention our clients need and deserve.
Pendergast Law's individualized approach to even the most common injuries makes the difference in case outcomes. It's another reason why I can't recommend them enough.
If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
Join the conversation and text your favorite show on the KIRO News Radio text line at 888-973-KIRO. That's 888-973-5476. Powered by Muckleshoot Casino Resort.
Our first Mark Challenge victory is Aaron McCoy from McCoy Home Solutions, yet another small business owner that took the First Mark Insurance Challenge. Aaron, why did you make the call to First Mark Insurance?
My company has grown to a space where we need a higher level of coverage. A couple of factors led me to say, boy, I really need to find something new. And First Mark really rang that bell.
First Mark save you and your business money?
Oh, yeah. They have decreased overall expense in a couple categories by up to 30%, coverage in a couple of areas by greater than 50%. They've offered coverage in 2 new categories that I think are pertinent for my business, and they've greatly impacted what that coverage and those margins look like.
Kind of wish you made the call earlier.
I absolutely do. Yeah.
So if you're a small business owner that wants to take the stress of insurance off your plate, do what Aaron McCoy did for McCoy Home Solutions. Make the call to First Mark Insurance. They're your teammate that goes to work for you. FirstMarkInsurance.com.
Hey, how's your money situation? Are you ready for retirement? Well, if you want to know what the pros are doing to make wealth multiply and retire like royalty, then you need to listen to this show, Sound Path Through Retirement, with Ben Koval and Matt Leibarger. Get your money right and tune in every weekend, Saturdays at 10 a.m. and noon on KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM.
Your best source for local news. KIRO News Radio. Northwest News.
At Guardian Roofing, Gutters, and Insulation, we know the key to a long-lasting roof is yearly maintenance. Need an inspection, repair, restoration, moss removal, or just a cleanup? You can trust Guardian's licensed, insured, and expertly trained team. We offer free estimates, second opinions, and financing, giving you the peace of mind your home deserves. Call today. Our first-time customers can save $99 on our award-winning roof repair and cleaning service. Visit us at guardianroofing.com.
Your best source for local news. KIRO News Radio. KIRO FM and HD1, Tacoma, Seattle.